Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Hey, one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. It's real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Ay, there's only one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And it's real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things. Alright, I'ma keep it general just like the army. Most real niggas know most niggas phony. Your shadow got your back, huh? Just like your homie. That's why shady niggas will harm thee. Just act Caesar. Brutus got him and caught him before his last breather. If that don't make you believers, then you'll learn. Honesty is a quality that will burn, but it's cool. And trust is a quality you will earn. You a fool if you think you learn all of the rules. Imitating imitation and they calling it cool. I know a little bit, but go ahead and call me a fool. While you sprinkle sugar on shit and you calling it food. See, I'm just trying to groove and you standing on the wall with your hands on your balls, making crab claws move. Trying to bonk at a dog, but I don't bonk. I just fall back till you think you winning, but you lost in the beginning.
Like niggas like Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga out here.
But I think he got to the point where he might be too
Real
famous
bad.
now. Cause like, he up there now.
That nigga still getting fucking shot at and shit like some.
But that was,
some,
you know what's funny?
That nigga recently.
That nigga got shot at.
The deal is with them though.
They beefing hard.
Oh, okay.
And one nigga represent North Memphis. One nigga represent South Memphis. I forgot which one represent who.
Yeah.
I think that nigga.
Memphis, wow.
But the nigga say like, and my cousin who was out there who blow on tape about the OG one, he was like, man, Young Dolph, he trill and real as fuck. He said with Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying? He cool, but it's really his big brother who had all the work and was putting all the work in, and it was really like.
Honestly, Yo Gotti comes off as the little brother.
Yeah,
in like
do.
a way.
Yeah, you do. And they got a whole song that Young Dolph got called when he like just going off on Yo Gotti. He was like, I heard you make them pussy ass niggas wash your drawers. I heard you made them pussy ass niggas call you boss, but he can't call you king, cause that's Dolph. I like that nigga like that. Like if you nigga say, you already know Gotti. I would call you by your real, that's I call you by your first name, but I'm gonna just call you a hoe, Gotti. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that's beef.
Like he had to, like he brought that shit straight up like words, like nigga, fuck you. I remember your brother. I remember I used to front your brother Pax with his old weak bitch ass nigga.
That's
like,
the only thing I respect, dog. Like,
when they like,
if you gonna like really be going out down some gangster shit, like if you ain't gonna say who you talking about, then like fuck you.
So then nigga call all them niggas. His brothers like, your brother a bitch, you a bitch. I used to front your brother this, oh pussy ass nigga. I remember this, that, and the third.
That's why I like Pac. That's why I fucked your bitch, you family. Like names. This is what I'm talking about.
Nigga said, we're quick to snatch little Kim ugly ass off the streets. What the nigga? What does that even mean? You gonna kill her? Rape? What the hell you saying this?
All that mean is he mean what he say, and he say what he mean.
That shit would not fly in 2018. That nigga fuck that shit.
Fuck no, nigga get murdered.
That nigga get arrested.
Arrested, murdered.
That nigga be part of a Me Too.
A lot of shit don't fly in 2018,
Yeah,
son.
like the culture has really shifted.
But what I'm saying
Yeah, I
is,
feel like that part of it's making it a little softer.
no,
but
I
don't
mean,
like that.
what I'm saying is, I laughed yesterday because people was mad at Eminem for being derogatory. And I'm like, wait,
Every single album?
it's Eminem. Oh, y'all really Eminem? You know what I mean? Like,
The fucking first thing y'all heard this nigga say is, "Hi kids, do you
like
violence?"
violence? That was his
That was
first
the
words
first
to
thing
us.
y'all heard this nigga say.
Nigga rap about
Like,
spitting onion rings and shit.
Get the fuck out of here, internet.
He made a whole song dissing his mama.
Come on, internet.
Right, nigga. Come on, man. Fuck you, internet.
Nigga dissed his whole mama.
And y'all surprised that he said faggot? And like,
He said it before.
and the
Yeah,
thing is,
sometimes.
and he
the thing is,
bleeped,
he cool with the gay community. Funny enough.
he bleeped out faggot. You know
Oh,
what I
word?
mean? Like he bleeped out the song. Now I understand where the gay people are coming from. I'm not gonna tell a gay person to not.
If he wants to, change.
I'm not gonna tell a gay person not be offended by whatever. Be offended by whatever you want to be offended by. You dig?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's Eminem, and if you're gonna listen to Eminem album and expect not to hear some of the worst shit,
I think if you
Yeah.
gay and you
You
listen to
trip the
Eminem,
fuck out.
expect to be disrespected if you
He's
disrespect
been-
by the word faggot, because
he-
this is gonna happen.
he's been saying that word without bleeping it out in multiple albums. That doesn't make it right. I'm just saying you cannot be surprised all of a sudden.
That's like being surprised or mad that David Duke says nigger, like
or whatever. Like,
my
son,
question is like, why are you mad about it now? Like, it's been like a very, 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 very long time. Like, y'all could have been said something about that, right?
That's the thing. People have been coming at Eminem for years for that shit. But I'm saying, like, when those groups come for him, I'm surprised. When your average person on Facebook or some shit who...
No, when everybody's riding his PC wave.
It's like, wait, son, y'all know, come on, like, now, if you the gay freaking group, the activists,
you the
or
niggas
you the
that
feminists,
them,
because those are the same people
that's like part of that gang.
and always been, every time he says some shit, it's the gay rights and the feminist rights, and all those people always jump up, and at a point, even they got was Eminem, but they gonna still do their job and their due diligence to say when he gets out of line. Fine. But like you just said, don't be your average nigga like you or me that's been watching Eminem for decades do the shit
to it.
You heard me all of a
that
sudden be
shit.
like, oh man, he messed up because he called Tyler. Well, he even necessarily called Tyler Creator a faggot. He flipped it. Tyler Creator recently came out as bisexual, and he said basically.
Was it a shot at Tyler, or was just Tyler's name
no.
used in a reference of some kind of point?
No, wait. I'm shooting at niggas right now. He's Slim Shady right now. Because last album, he was Slim Shady. So he's Slim Shady.
Niggas?
He shot at Tyler. Because Tyler came at that nigga first. That's a whole another conversation. Tyler was critical about Eminem. He's not.
Okay.
He's shooting at everybody who said anything about him these past few years.
I thought he just shot at Tyler off the dump.
No.
Like,
Nah, he shot on like Lil Yachty and some of them type of niggas just because he don't like their music. He said why. He even said in the album, he's like, look, y'all not my cup of, like, he says why those people. But there's specific motherfuckers like Tyler, like Charlamagne, like whoever that have said little things that on this album, I'm like, okay, I'm not about to do this mature shit. I'm about to be shady. And he's shady. You hear me?
I ain't gonna lie, I fucks with it, but guess what, Shady? Marshall Mathers, you're 40.
I don't care.
Grow up, my nigga.
I understand what you're saying on Grow Up, but I still understand, nigga. It's still shady. It's still shady, dog. It's still M, dog. Y'all can't take shots at the MC. He never retired. He never retired. So you don't take shots at the MC.
As far as y'all know, he in the fucking game. He's just quiet.
He just quiet. Even though he a legendary status, don't mean he put his mic up like Joe Budden. Joe Budden officially retired. He got worse for Joe Budden too.
Mm-hmm. But Joe Budden had to.
I mean, he didn't have to.
Nigga wasn't listening to Joe Budden like that.
You don't have to officially retire though.
But yeah, you don't have to officially retire.
You know what I mean? When you officially retire, that's like saying I would
officially or unofficially retire, and nobody would have cared.
I can't say that because he still had fans. Like, one thing about Joe Budden is he had
somebody cared, I guess.
He had those diehards. You didn't, but he had those like he ain't a nigga.
If you knew he could spit, you respected him, and if you was a fan, you knew he had made great music. Other than pump it up.
No, you're right. No, all I'm saying is on top of what you're saying is there are some artists that are exactly what you just said. Of your ass might as well be off like Chingy. Chingy never said he retired, but fuck, who's listening for Chingy?
Pusha T.
You hear me? I can say about Pusha T.
If you went for Drake beef, dog, you might as well say you hang it up.
Nah. Pusha T is not a good. That's not a good. See, certain people have these niche cult followings that no matter what, if they like Lupe, the average person ain't checking for Lupe, but Lupe. He got this cult fan base that no matter what.
So Bow Wow should retire.
Maybe. I don't hear nobody buying his shit.
I don't think he ever had like it's
I'm gonna say ever.
After I'm about to say after he like became like old enough to make that beef with Soulja Boy.
No one's checking for grown Bow Wow.
You can't be a meme. Like Bow Wow's a meme now.
And no one's checking for grown Bow Wow. No one's checking for grown Bow Wow. No one's ever checked for grown Bow Wow. You hear me? Not grown Bow Wow. Like, so I might be a better example. They got some underground nigga who name I'm not saying. Like who are you? Immortal Technique. Immortal Technique is a freaking legend on the underground scene. You feel me? And he has I can't say about him because he has a niche audience.
That's got an underground scene.
Yep.
Like that.
He has a niche. He
don't
like
count
either.
Doom, I was thinking him, but like Eminem Doom got a nice crowd.
He has a great
following.
So son. So like once again, so Eminem ain't never like at one point it felt like he retired. Well, he took a break because of the drugs and shit. But what I'm saying is he ain't one of them niggas that you say his name and he usually won't respond. And that's just what
Eminem
do.
And he's a top tier spitter.
And he's top tier, one of the best that ever did it. So he basically flipped.
If he's not top 5, he's definitely top 10.
He basically flipped Tyler on shit on him. Like,
I can argue for him.
You called yourself a faggot, so I wouldn't have to. Some shit like something like that. He said something like that. He said he flipped it. So he said the word, but he did he flipped it. It was like some clever shit.
Really?
What? I argue that he cannot be in top 5.
Yes.
I can.
You can. You can argue that. You can argue him not in top 5.
I can argue him not in top 5.
You can argue
10?
it.
Top 10, definitely he's in top 10.
Okay, I will. Okay, let's.
Some will argue and say that he's not in top 10.
You can argue that too.
But
you can argue it.
The thing is, I guess the list that he was.
I don't know, son.
The guess he'll probably make is the top 25.
You can't take him out the top 25 or the top 50. But what I'm saying is, if you want to argue and put 10 other niggas in front of Eminem, if we talking about albums, if we talking about music,
well, yeah, like it really depends on what we talking about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
earlier, the statement was he was a top tier spitter. You know what I'm saying?
He is
like,
a top tier spitter.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
all right,
I don't mean like all the albums.
But you can still
I give him top 10. I can still argue for top 5 that he couldn't be in the list. But I put him in top 10.
If you put him in top 5 spitters, I won't argue with you. But if you put him in 10 out 10, I won't argue with you either. Because if we talking about like, if you're going from rappers, especially from like the early 90s to now 2018, if there's like, and once again, if we take in how deep is your hip hop knowledge, if we talking someone who knows most of the commercial acts and versus someone who knows all these
a lot of shit, yeah.
I know a nigga like that can pull 10 that I probably wouldn't even be able to argue against him with if we especially if you took out album sales. Because whether you like everyone's albums, he still sold like crazy. You hear me?
He also is white.
You know what I mean? I mean, he is white. That's another context. But there's so many contexts to throw in there.
But
I will still say, as long as like straight natural skill, you could argue for top 5, you could argue for top 10, you could take him out of top 10 if you want to, and I could be like, okay, because if you want to say like Black Thought, Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Mos Def, if you want, you know, I got
the Prince.
He's not legendary enough for me to say Sci-Hi.
We're talking about top tier spitting though.
Yeah, but he ain't proven. I know Nas. That gets me to 6 already. If I want to say Dre 3007, if I want to say Motor Technique for real, that's 8. I'm already at 8 without saying M.
And they got some niggas in them like the fucking alleys and shit.
And if I want to say Kendrick, if I want to say, you know what I mean, if I want to throw Cole, and I wouldn't say Cole is better than M. But what I'm saying is I could get to 10 top tier spitters without saying M. And that's the only reason that there's an argument that could be made. Even though
getting into the Wu-Tang Clan, some of them niggas.
Oh shit, we ain't even saying Redman gave.
I was waiting for somebody to be like, nobody said nothing about Meth Man.
I mean,
Ghostface,
Ice Cube.
Right.
On the West Coast, Ice-T. We ain't say Scarface in the South. We ain't say Bun B. We ain't say MJG, 8-Ball. We ain't say Wayne. Son, so once again, if we wanted to have the conversation, it could be argued, even if I know personally, I would put M in top 10 spitters.
It's a lot of personal opinion, I think, when it comes down to like top 5s and 10s.
Because it gets too small.
When you get to 20, I think
it's
like
easier
there has to be a little bit more of a consensus. But
it's easier to manage when you say 20 and 50 and shit. Right. Because at this point, we've literally had thousands of rappers. They've been having this conversation since rap started. And that's when they had a smaller bubble. If you having this discussion in 95, it's different from having it in 05, and it's different from having it in 15. You hear me? Because it's getting too massive. So it's like, damn. Because Kendrick Cole crew spit. You know what I mean? Now we got crews spitting. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But no, I won't take anything.
Social media too. So basically, anybody who thinks they're a fucking rapper is a rapper.
I won't consider them. But I will consider anybody with an actual fan base. That's
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you got fan base, I can't really fight too much against you. If you want a certain amount of fan base. Now, certain people I won't consider because you got put in a certain time before we even consider you. That's why we say Sci-Hi the Prince. Now he got to do more. You know what I mean? He got to do more for longer.
He been out there for a long time.
He has been in the game. He hasn't been relevant for a long time. Sci-Hi been in the game since Kanye like third album. That's probably one of the first. We in like early college. Sci-Hi been around.
Like Kanye gets to his third album. He's really shitting on the fucking game. So.
But I'm just saying like Sci-Hi is not a new name, but he ain't been relevant.
But I also say this though, like as far as like talking about 5 and 10s. One thing M never got that I always think he should have got was his 5 mics. I think he deserved his. He never got 5 mics from the source. And I think he deserves 5 mics. Do you think he's a 5 mic rapper?
What album do you think he deserved it on?
The first one and the third one.
I don't think he deserved it on the first one.
I've never listened to any of it.
All right, I give him 4 mics on the first one. Because I always give the first. Some first albums you can't knock it out the park all the way like 50 Cent did. I give 50 Cent's 5 mics on that first album. But that third album definitely.
It just depends on which M fan you're talking to. Everybody says that 2 and 3 are his best work. I mean, that's often what people feel. 2 and 3 is his best work. And M problem as a rapper is he hasn't his albums be hit or miss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's
a great feature artist for sure.
I mean, he's a great artist. It's just
I'm about to say I wouldn't even try to reduce him to a feature artist.
After the third album, it became hit or miss, and it's coming from a huge, massive Eminem.
And that was like Curtain Call, right? Was the 4th album, right?
That was the 4th one. No, Encore. Encore is the fourth one. Curtain Call was his greatest hits.
Oh, okay.
Encore was his fourth one, and
Gotta respect that nigga's skill level, dog.
You can't not.
Some of the freestyle, like a bunch of the freestyle joints that he's done has just been like, whoa, dude, like that's god level like rap shit.
No, the things he did in cadences with his voice and flows on the songs, he is definitely
Yeah,
top
he's
tier
super
god
creative.
level.
I mean, it's the same with Andre, son. I won't throw.
Also.
I'm saying I won't throw 3 Stacks in my top 5.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would, and the thing is,
That's
I would.
so wild.
I
But
would
it's
make
arguable.
I
know how you,
I
how
thought
you
my
felt
top 10.
earlier.
my reasons
Like-
for it is 3 Stacks has never made an album by himself besides The Love Below, which wasn't even a spitter album. Even though we all know
It
what
was
he
a-
has
it was
in
a-
him,
that
we
was
all
a
know
super.
his capability, but he in the annals of history, he ain't never dropped that Just Dre
That solo,
project
yeah.
that's not conceptual. Love Below is a conceptual album, beautiful album,
Yeah.
amazing. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's
Very
still,
artistic album.
but
Very
it was not
artistic.
us getting a Reasonable Doubt, a Blueprint,
Yeah,
or
like it
a
just
I.
wasn't raw.
We ain't get
Yeah, we
Dre.
know.
Every time we got Dre was with Big Boy, and there's something to be said about something. Most of your legend is in a group, even though we know what you can do by yourself.
And we
You
know
didn't
you're
do
still
it.
on your
I
own
wonder why
right.
that is though.
You didn't
Because
do it.
they've been homies since high school. They've been doing that shit since high school.
They got
That-
buku
that-
reasons.
that thing,
They
dog.
got
Like,
buku
and I'm about to
reasons.
say so many
There's
factors for
buku
that.
reasons.
I need to know the lore behind that, dog. 'Cause I mean,
There are times when he was supposed to do it, he didn't do it. There's been times when emotionally, Dre just stopped. He just like he wanted people, he depression. Like there's so many reasons you can find. It's just sometimes shit just don't happen.
yeah.
Big Boy did a couple times
You
though.
know what I'm
Big Boy had a
saying?
couple.
Big Boy got 3 solos. And the fun thing about Dre is Dre will tell you that he feel like Big Boy better than him. Dre has often said that Big Boy is the better of the two of them in
I mean,
Outkast.
Big Boy is dope, but I mean,
He gets
I think
overshadowed a
Dre-
lot.
Dre got like he's more fucking unique with it, dog.
It's more fun.
He's out of
Like,
space with it, son.
Yeah, dog. Like he got that alien, like space alien that you really, really fuck with. Like he's way more of an artist, like in that,
What? Trick.
in that way.
If
I
that
won't
bitch
say it
do
like
you
that,
dirty,
but I understand
we
what
wash
you're
our
saying.
ass out in detergent.
Because I feel like Big Boy is very artistic.
I'm not trying to say that Big Boy is not artistic. What I mean is like
That's why I say
Dre
I
is,
won't
like,
say
way
he's more of an artist. He's just a bit more.
If I can just
artistic.
use this word, he's just artsier. Like I hate the word artsy, but like he's just
And I
he's like
know
a little
what you
bit
mean
more
by
like a.
I know what you mean. I'm just trying to find a better word. Because when you
He's like
say
a little
that,
bit bolder, I think maybe.
Maybe
like,
bolder is a good
visually,
word.
Like
Maybe-
he's visually bolder. Like he's a little
It's-
bit more off the.
man, give me
off
another
on a
word for
tangent.
weird. Because he's weirder, but I don't mean
Eccentric.
he's more eccentric than
more
Big Boy.
eccentric. And
And Big
I
Boy
think
is
that-
eccentric, but he's way more eccentric
Yeah,
than
he's
Big
way
Boy.
more
Way
eccentric
more
than Big
eccentric,
Boy,
yeah.
and I think that like levels you up in a certain way because so many people aren't that way at all.
This whole thought process of how he raps and puts shit together, dog. Because the thing is, Big Boy has a great flow and a great cadence, and
Yeah, he
unique to
does.
his own.
Like he's super dope, son.
It's unique to his
saying,
own.
Big
But
Boy-
it's something in the realms of like I heard before in the sense of like, damn dog, he like
He's a little bit more
a little bit more
conventional.
and
More
you
conventional, but like he's
and
still
I've never
heavy,
heard
though.
nobody spit like Andre spit and to use the words the way he used them and put them together how
And I've also never heard Dre do 3 verses on a 15-track album by himself.
true.
And that's that's the only knock to his legacy.
Yeah.
That would be his knock. Because
But that's like a big black, well, not a black mark, but
that's a
it's
knock.
just a mark.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a knock to the legacy, son. And that's the only thing. That's the only argument I can make. Just like with Biggie,
One album
son.
and a half, huh?
You got 2 albums. You
One
got
and a
2.
half?
You got 2.5 technically. You got 2. He was fully alive for the second one. He just died afterward during his promotion. So it's 2.5. The third one is they used some verses he was alive for and they did other shit with.
Yeah.
So 2.5 albums. When niggas out here got 5, 6.
Pac has so many
Yeah.
and more shit in the chamber. Like
Now, I ain't saying quality and quantity. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, it's
understand.
true,
You
too.
know, but
Yeah.
Biggie dog, like we really didn't even get to see you grow. We didn't even get to see you grow. It's not like
we
you
didn't even
dropped.
see you have a bad album. And after you do some of the albums, dog, one of them we gonna have a bad album. Jay-Z has a bad album. Not saying it was too cool, but it wasn't like the rest of them.
We didn't get to see you falter, Biggie. You
Yeah.
didn't live long enough for us to really see you
We
falter.
didn't really get to see the limits.
Or watch you break limits.
No pun intended. You know, got the sky's the limit.
Yeah, sorry.
Sky's
But we
the
just
limit.
didn't- we just didn't get
You
to see
can
it.
time and it won't be what it
Action.
won't. Cash App! I can feel it. I feel it in my spirit.
No, don't
I'm
do it.
trapping through the Cash App.
You gonna fuck the game up.
Nigga, you ain't got no cash in you. Would you got that digital money? Come and send it to me. I just need it all. Nah, that's right. I don't want that. I'm sorry. I'm an old school nigga, dog. The drug game is ran off of cash money.
Upper cash, all that shit is goofy to me.
It's goofy.
Anything
It
illegal,
is flat
cash,
out goofy.
money.
Goofy. Exactly what you just said. If you're gonna be a legal nigga, keep that shit as least fucking touches as possible. Like, nigga, and we ain't even know drug kingpins and we know this much, dog, but once again,
have you not watched enough movies? Have you not seen enough TV shows and watched enough cops and enough real life stories?
You don't want your money traced. You don't want your money to be traceable.
Like, I don't get it, dog. That shit is so age old. You know what I'm saying? You don't even gotta think about it too hard. Like, you gotta be living under a rock to not know that, like, niggas trace money and that's not one thing you want.
Right. But niggas never think it's gonna be them.
That's the stupidity of young folks.
That's why so many people got AIDS.
That's the truth. That's dark, but that's the truth.
That's dark and true.
That's
dark and lovely.
That's dark and lovely, you hear me? Okay, welcome to the Fly with Bats podcast. Episode 59, side B.
Bizzle.
This is that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. You can catch me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell it Mr. Outer, you ain't gonna find me, and as usual, I'm here with my brothers.
You already know this your boy D Mac, and you can fuck with me on Instagram at FrenchBread.kid, and make sure you follow my clothing line at YouDig504. And yeah, we in this bitch for side B.
Passe wine. It's your boy AlphaJoe, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roux. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram at AlphaJoe504, J-O without the E. And Facebook, Joseph Alpha Man Pines. And for 59 side B, we in this bitch.
We in this bitch. And I'm looking at these ribs that this nigga just shared on Facebook, just like niggas just, oh my God.
Well, first we was looking at this porn that just popped up. I didn't even click for porn.
That was hot.
That was hot, but I wasn't. Now I'm afraid of my computer. I'm like, wait, now you just popping up with porn on your own?
Where is this place? Where
with
is
the
this?
ribs?
Yes.
I don't know.
Where is this? I need to track it down immediately.
So, yeah, man, welcome, y'all.
Hey,
so, as usual, we shout out all our, podcasts out here, such as the Your 30 podcast with the American Observer and Marty Edwards, the Misbeliever radio show podcast with DC Paul, Oshun, Jay Steele, Malik, the Historical Geek, and us. I say we'll figure this out with the Wonder Woman and Jay Skills.
You said it now.
Brooklyn Ladies of Therapy Noir, who aren't really from Brooklyn, but they from here, but they getting it down New York. Roxy Wilson and El Nichelle.
Yes.
4 Mrs. and a Mic with my girl Bree and them. I love that little podcast. They just dropped one recently with their husbands on there. So
cool.
Go check that out.
All right, ladies.
The On the Lake podcast, all one word, with Rel and Chelsea. And see, I've been calling this girl Vegas Pepsi Cola. You know what I mean?
Vegas Cola?
Vegas
Octavia.
Cola. Yeah, but that's not none. That's her name. That's Frank. Remember, I kept on saying, "What's the third girl's name?" And I've been knowing her, but I didn't know her name. I when they kept on calling her Frank on there. I didn't connect.
That's Vegas Cola's Frank.
Yeah, they connected.
Hey, son, I can't connect if you gonna call a girl Frank.
Man, she Frankie Cola now.
I'm about to say, I've seen a couple of girls named like Frankie.
No, I ain't saying that her name can't be Frankie. I'm saying that if I knew it was Vegas Cola,
I ain't gonna know where I would just know.
Be like, this Frank.
Yeah, I ain't know.
I'm like, I didn't know that was Vegas Cola on a non-visual podcast. I just automatically posted on voice like that.
Vegas Cola.
Really, that's the stage name.
Something like, yeah, she on my Facebook. We've talked and everything. Like,
you know, it's Octavia, which that's the name I don't know at all.
Yeah, Octavia. But no, her name on Facebook is like Octavia Pepsi Cola, I think, right now.
Oh, okay.
I think that's her name right now. And I guess we just gave you all kind of love just now, baby. After Octavia Pepsi Cola is her name now. Like, yeah, after completely going, who's the third girl? I didn't mean to make you feel like who's
in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, the other one, no, is Rel, is Chelsea, and is Frankie Cola. That's what we call you, baby. So that's the On the Link podcast. You dig? Might Have God podcast, the Black Guys Next Door podcast, the Hip Hop Nerd podcast, the Books to Bills podcast, Yo Niggas with
No Dope on Sundays.
No Dope on Sundays podcast, Fuck What You Heard podcast. I just came across this podcast in New Orleans. They're only 6 episodes. It's these 2 white boys, and it's called the 50420 podcast.
I think that's a great title.
Not for it. Number 1, Dadara already started the 50420
Oh,
brand.
yeah.
Number 2,
When
2
was
white
it started?
boys, way before this podcast, 6 episodes, way before, like months before.
Oh.
Yeah, but we don't know when they're. This because you 6 episodes don't mean that. I don't know what's
and number 2.
Yeah, identical for sure.
Are they from here?
Yeah, they from here, nigga. That's the point. They're a local podcast. That's why I'm bringing them up.
Like born and raised from here, not been there for 10 years from here.
Son, I don't know, son. All I know is I'm not about to hack them up because it's like I didn't know who them is. You don't know their history. So you jumping up repping for your people. Cool. That's great. I ain't hating on that. But for all I know, these niggas might have been had this brain popping. I don't fucking know. They all white, son. I'm just saying.
You gotta question the methods.
So if I didn't say they was white, what would you be saying right now?
I'll just be like, damn, get that name back. That's about it. You're all white.
So who also asked 50420?
Dara and remember they used to be Lil Denny's with the edible crew.
Oh, so that's what they call.
That's their name. They brand.
That's what they name their edibles now. Mm-hmm. And when they started that?
About 2 months ago.
This podcast started in June.
Yeah. They white. Alright, going back to that.
That's what since episode 1.
Episode 1, June 3rd.
It started in June. That's all I can say out there. So I'm gonna just say this: I can't hate on them for having their podcast.
If they're not born from it, they're not 504.
I understand what you're saying, son, but I'm not. I can't be like y'all stole that shit.
All right, at this point, no.
I don't have a dog in this fight.
The evidence is out there that no, you haven't.
And I'm just saying,
I feel like you culturally appropriated their dreams.
How if you did?
They're white. You gotta question the methods every time. I think they even
listen to us, bro. Because every time I put up a thing on Instagram about us having a new a new podcast episode, they like it. And I made me go, because that's what made me even check this shit out. Because I kept on saying, who these people keep on liking it? Because first and foremost, I was like, I could put a picture of me. I could put a picture of the funniest meme ever. I could put all kind of shits. But if I put up a picture of, hey yo, come listen to our podcast, it don't get as many likes. So when the motherfuckers that do like it, when I put it up there, I remember who they are, especially if I don't know them like that.
50420, I'm gonna give you this. And I'm gonna give you this one moment, cause you're white.
And you know what? I could be wrong. They just talk very proper. I just guessed that they were white. I don't know what these guys look like. I could be wrong. I could be. I gotta throw this out here.
I gotta throw everything out.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. To me, when I hear them talking, it sounds like two white boys to me. But I don't. There's no picture
of. Italian like Ariana Grande.
I mean, that's my fault. You know what I mean? That could be my fault because once again, they got black dudes that we can't judge by just speech.
Nah, because Kyrie got a very proper voice.
And their logo is Louis Armstrong smoking a blunt. A real picture of him hitting a fucking joint.
Y'all might be some niggas.
So I don't know. I really don't know.
Y'all some niggas. I fucks with it. But all the way through. And I'm gonna tell the dog to give y'all name back.
It's alright.
He's so stupid. Now we having this whole moment. If my thing's point, I would let him talk. That's another thing. I was having problems pressing like for this shit. If some.
Man, them dudes could be black.
Smoking together. Right. So whatever y'all are doing out there, we hope you're enjoying it, and we thank you for listening to us. Yes, thank you. So by real quick, as we always do, what strain are we?
Okay,
it could be either or. It could be either or.
50120. Since we the Potty Mouth podcasters,
Potty Mouth Podhead podcasters.
I think we need the link.
Yeah, you hear me? You can't just leave that. That's the most important point. We the Potty Mouth Podhead podcasters. So when I find out about another podcast, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
See, the reason I didn't take out Pothead because I thought it was so funny that we Potty Mouth. For the double entendre of like cursing and we smoke pot.
Nigga. I came up with the thing, dog.
That's what
I'm saying what I'm saying is the Potty Mouth Podhead podcast is a triple P. I don't want it to be freaking no. Some people that ain't as smart as you, son. I don't want no other regards to it. We gonna curse, we gonna smoke, and we gonna talk that shit. And I never thought of a podcast that just was all about weed. I don't think I can even talk about all weed.
I'm positive that they got one.
I mean, I know that there's more because that's one. So you mean positive there's more, right?
Yeah.
Probably been, but like,
yeah.
I
couldn't do it. I couldn't do an hour or two talking about weed.
I can do it.
I'm not into it like that.
Yeah.
So 50420. If you white, you know how I feel.
Wow.
If you black, you know how I feel. Either way, or whatever racial color you are, invite me to your show and we'll really talk chop. And I'll see what the real
disclaimer: the FLYWITHBATS podcast is all about equal opportunity,
inclusivity,
and we encourage all podcasters of all races, to say whatever the fuck you want to say on the internet.
Prepare the consequences, though.
All that. Can we put the scroll up? I didn't expect it. I expected it to go.
That's the longest scroll ever.
It's been my nigga. But like, shouts out to Boomy and them, dog. If y'all ever listen to this podcast, just know Joe holding y'all down, nigga. As soon as he heard that somebody had y'all, nope. That's my niggas. Nope. I don't care if they podcast was 2 years old. Nope.
Sisters. These are our sisters. And if you're white, I'm sorry.
If you white in the street and you look at the tree.
Bitch, it ain't gonna be 50420. That's
Oh
for sure.
man, so yeah, but I gave the podcast a listen recently, and it was pretty interesting to hear niggas talk about weed, but I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I don't know. I mean, like you said, they're not the only podcast probably about weed, so it's probably a very creative way that they flip that that topic and such. And you know, sometimes you just want to have a community with your own, like you know what I mean. Sometimes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of weed heads out there. Just put it like that. They got cats that you talk to about weed that, like you saying, Joe, that can just have this freaking epic conversation about all versions.
And talk about it, how it's grown, and different strains it works best in, and shit like, what? What is that for your body? What you use for food in it?
But like, yeah, so welcome to sideB, man. On sideB, we get into that ETOUFEE of the day.
Yummy.
Which is usually, you know, once again, it's like how the topics have gone down. They're more of on a deeper persuasion, dealing with, you know, politics, social justice, rights, and such and forth, so forth. After this ETOUFEE of the day, we get into that Daily Dose America,
which is your friendly reminder of just where you live and just who the fuck you are dealing with.
Ouch.
And I sound so drab because I'm just looking at some of the fuckery now. And it's just like, you know what?
You know,
this is America.
This is, you know.
Yeah.
Man,
and then...
Oh yeah, after that it's the Hero Highlight, where we take the time to shine light on someone who's doing good in the world of pure D fuckery. But I was talking about fucking This Is America. Did y'all see the video remake of someone that did This Is Iraq?
Nah, but I saw a fire one for This Is... It wasn't Africa as a whole. It was This Is Something. It was like, but it
wasn't it like This Is Nigeria?
Yeah,
like
I saw the This Is Nigeria one.
I saw that.
I saw that one. I didn't see This Is Iraq.
You
know what? I may have seen This Is Iraq. 'Cause I've seen a couple now. I might have, because now certain imagery is starting to come back to me.
This Is Iraq. We got bombs like, whoa.
Yeah, but I think I really dug the This Is Nigeria one.
Because they, something about...
I really got into the This Is Nigeria.
Honestly, some things that happen in Africa, dog, when they be doing shit, I automatically be 100% with it because it's like, I feel like that's the essence of all of us, like where we come from, like damn, dog, like this is where we used to be at. Like maybe not in Nigeria or whatever, but like this is where niggas used to be at, dog. Like y'all like, I don't know how they feel about us, but like for us compared to them, I don't know, something about Africa, dog, I let them do, like, they know what, they can't do no wrong to me, except for like when it comes to blood diamonds and shit. But like, as far as like culture and like pushing forward like music and shit like that, they could do many songs. They could cover as many songs as they want to, and I'd be like, thank y'all for doing it.
I mean, nobody said they could or couldn't. I just felt like thought it was cool because I always feel like when I see I think this kind of like what you're saying. When I see the diaspora is the same. You know what I mean? Like, when we was watching Luke Cage and we see them Jamaicans and they doing all this shit. Like, oh, y'all are some niggas in the hood of New Orleans. Or when I look at people in Ghana. It just makes me feel even like if you look, like I said, when I went to Puerto Rico and I saw them like freaking Puerto Ricans, just like the black ones, it's like, dude, like when I see us around the world, but all having the same swag, the same mannerism, talking the same shit. I love that connection. So that's the only way I look at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But let's get to that ETOUFEE.
This shit about to be heavy.
Brother got his first gun, he ready to murder. He out of control like a swole on bourbon. I don't even drink. If I see you, I ain't see you. Nah, I don't even blink. Nah, I don't even think that I'm here. But if I see you and I like you, I'ma smile. Is this really who I am? Then versus now, life is too wild. This shit is out of hand. I'm just trying to live, but y'all don't give a damn. I'm just trying to be cool. I don't wanna lose my work, lose my mind, lose my spine, lose my shirt. But if you know me, then you know I go berserk. And you know I go berserk. And you know I go berserk. Head first, I'm just shutting.
So funny enough, in the ETOUFEE, man. So we talked a lot about this in the Misbeliever radio show about Aretha Franklin's long ass funeral. Mm-hmm. And what you saying, Joe? You put the finger up. What's him?
Someone said it was a meme that they had a 10 DVD set.
I knew you were about to say that. I knew you were about to fucking say that shit. I'm a fucking psychics, man.
Of Aretha's funeral. And this included every pastor, every performance, every sermon, and all 600 minutes. The whole complete set.
You can get the whole set for just $65.95.
And then I saw another one that said season 2 of Aretha's funeral was just announced.
They're going in on this fucking funeral, and I don't know how to feel about it.
So I'm saying, so I said on the show yesterday on the Misbeliever, I said, my nigga, they most likely gonna do this at the same time every year. It's gonna be an annual Aretha Franklin funeral event, and next year they gonna have people at the same spot, and next year we gonna go the way that shit was going.
Just
Number
don't
one,
bring the lady, please.
At the most country's black funerals I've ever been to, it wasn't 5 hours, but the damn shit was 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It depends on how big the person was in that community.
Man, that shit was 6 hours, dog.
But also we gotta take in the fact that there was a super black funeral of a legendary icon, world-renowned icon.
Right.
So the fact that it took 5 hours, yeah, it was long, 5 to 6 hours, but it was an icon. And it was a Baptist icon, an old church Kojic ass icon.
What do you expect?
What do you expect?
But
I'm surprised it went out to nightfall.
I mean, but it didn't have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying.
And I think that was in her wishes for it to be like that too.
Well, she didn't have a will.
She didn't have a will?
No, she didn't have a will, but she definitely had an invitation list and shit like that. Like people had certain special invitation.
I'm just saying, I found it weird. Like I guess I find it weird as a whole. But I think we spoke about this a little bit on side A about how there is a certain weirdness to how we made an event and a performance and a TV show basically out of like celebrity funerals and such. Like how like it's
Everything's
such
commercialized.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's what the commercialization of celebrity funerals is a little weird.
Well, the family
even
has
if it's
a part to play,
entertaining,
though.
it is a little weird.
I think the game has always been like that. Like whenever somebody big dies, like it's always
It's gotten worse.
It's definitely gotten worse.
It
Well,
went from
it's
like
always
a
been
nice
like that.
little news, little video cap to we got 6 hour events, 3 different things streaming it.
Right.
We have Ariana Grande, Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, Smokey Robinson, Shaka Khan. You know what I'm saying? We got all this
On
coming.
one level, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only level I'm on with because I understand the macro of who she was.
Yeah, like
all the
the
people
fact-
loved her. They all want to
Yeah,
rep.
so-
It's like you see your average funeral when people want to speak at a regular person's funeral. Or not gonna say a regular person, but you know what I mean, a non-famous person's funeral. And I understand that on a bigger scale, she had bigger friends and did. I understand impact, but I don't see the oddity. I also see the oddity of it.
I think at a certain level, it's almost like you don't have a choice to where it could be like that. Like your family can say it can be quiet, but at a certain level, it depends on what you do. It's hard for it not to be a big, I wouldn't say spectacle, but a big scene or gathering, a big
But it's different it's different from like, okay, when Biggie died, you know what I mean? They had the huge, everybody came out in like Brooklyn, whatever, and they followed his to the burial or whatever that took up time versus a 6 hour event with acts
but
and all
you
that.
put a Biggie against Aretha Franklin.
But what I'm saying, I'm still talking about a famous person. That's all.
Famous, but but it's also levels.
There is levels. You're right, but I'm saying
Aretha's level is like is losing.
Michael
a true
Jackson
icon.
is still Michael Jackson. He have a 6 hour event with all these entertainers.
Michael Jackson is also a Jehovah's Witness.
Prince was not a Jehovah's Witness, was he? You heard me?
Prince was Jehovah's Witness.
Well, like I'm more than sure there's someone else I could name that died that didn't. They've said they've never been this. There's never been a 6 hour televised event with all of this sachet and stuff, and I'm saying that's just kind of weird.
It is.
It's just kind of weird. It's not understandable. It's in context, understand it, but it's still weird.
I just
To
say
me.
like, yeah, no,
Because it's new, it's weird.
It's always
not
been
something
like that, just not on this level. You know what I'm saying? Like the level of it, like the fucking intensity of it.
Yeah.
I can say like it's very much like bigger now.
Commercials
but
and shit.
These motherfuckers are always gonna try to capitalize on your death. Like if you're famous, though, always. Like
True
it's
that
just to
most
be
niggas always
expected.
tell you they're richer when they're dead than when they're alive.
I mean, very, very true, son. Very true. I'm just scared to like if this was Aretha's, you know what I mean?
What's gonna be on rocks?
Everyone, you see what I'm saying?
The rocks gonna be a fucking
escalation.
I'm gonna be there.
Escalation.
Dog. I gotta be there because like even if like I'm not there like physically, I do want to watch it because I gotta be there in spirit.
We're never satisfied. We're growing. We always get more hungry because at one point, just the whatever would have been enough, no matter who they were. But now I see just us like, and that's just the natural evolution of people. If you look at the Super Bowl, the halftime show, if you watch how that shit has grown.
Yeah.
And the halftime show, what it was 20 years ago, was the fire best. People were nice and entertained and good. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't necessarily have to go up any notches because people were, but as people, we evolved.
I'm about to say,
That's
that's
everything.
evolution. That's
Everything
evolution.
we're never satisfied,
Everything
but-
We
grows.
would never be, I don't say we never
But that's
satisfied.
just-
I
we're
just
never
think
satisfied.
that we're always evolving. So
We're never satisfied.
And we're never gonna be.
We're never
You know
going
what I'm
to
saying? Like the bar is always gonna be raised as we grow, dog. Like the more
year
we
by
grow,
year.
dog, the more the fucking we fucking want. And
but it's just scary that funerals have to have bar raises.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like
Everything.
funerals.
And Aretha set the bar.
Set a new bar.
we
Set
can
that
call
bit
it
high.
the dark reality.
The dark reality, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a dark reality.
Dark
so
reality.
many things came out of that event. I didn't watch it. Our nigga DC Paul had, like we said, a full-blown play-by-play. He
Yeah.
watched every bit of it. We recapped it on Misbeliever radio show. One of the biggest conversations and stories that came out of that entire thing was what happened with Ariana Grande and the pastor inappropriately groping her, is the words that have been getting thrown around and bandied about.
Sexually assaulting her.
All kind of things. And
So that can be looked at.
we spoke about it a little bit on the Misbelief show, and I want to speak about it on the Fly with Bats, especially in light of we got somebody came at us about the Misbelief.
What you mean?
I mean, about what we said on the Misbelief show, and
In terms of what?
I don't agree with what they said. So I don't know if I should read it now or let's get out. I'm gonna read it after we get our opinions on the matter. I'm gonna read
Okay.
it with the guy. I'm not gonna say who he is because we're most likely gonna also address him on the Misbelief radio show. But
Okay.
Can we check and dress this nigga live?
I mean, I don't.
In real life, I mean, like, does
I
does
think
he
I
exist
already
here?
know who this might be.
Pause. This is a guy that's a fan of the show, and he sent DC a message because he really felt some kind of way because he feels like we always on point, and he felt like we weren't on point with how we handled that topic yesterday.
All right.
He didn't come with no ill intent, no, I'm trying to
I
ride
see what you're
He
saying,
said the
yeah.
message specifically, he said even at the message, like, I don't want to make this public. I'm not even trying to make this no comments fight on the walls. So I'm sending how I feel about this directly to you, DC, so I can let you know, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to read it. See, I'm not going to say his name. You feel me? It's on DC if he releases the name on air and stuff. But I'm not going to say his name. You feel me? But I'm just going to read it because I want to be absolutely clear and responsible on this show if we weren't absolutely clear and responsible on that show. Or even if we still don't come to an agreement, I want...
You understand where I'm coming from?
completely because I felt like we addressed it there. I know for a fact certain verbiage that I did say on air that must have went over the head. And I don't want it being twisted because in some of what he was saying, I felt a certain way because I know usually on Misbelief and on Fly with Bats, we don't be careless about issues, whether it's women's rights, whether we try to be fair. You know what I'm saying? It felt like
overall, we try to keep things on equal playing fields.
not equal, or when it's not supposed to be equal, we call that shit out. I mean,
So
we've had.
what the fuck is the problem?
So did you see the shit? Ariana Grande and the Reverend. Oh, let me play.
I only saw it in photo clips.
Oh, you gotta watch the video. When
I didn't see it
twiddling
live.
his little fingers, getting closer to the titty.
No, I
Doing
didn't
that old
see
man
any.
squeeze.
I haven't seen any video.
See, and that's
That's
the
that blunt.
that's the hilarity of a lot of it. When I get to my opinion, on this situation, of it. So, you seen the photo clips?
I've seen the photos. Like
You saw the little video too, the little close up of him touching this.
No.
All right, so there's also this little video that do this close up and shit that slow it down. But
Because the internet catches everything.
here's it in real time.
All right, let me see.
Who officiated at Franklin's
Why did they made the news like that?
Hell yeah, he had to do apology and everything.
I need to do apology because
It's really been the talk.
Okay, hug, walk.
about her name. Images showed the minister's hand holding Grande above her waist with the
Yeah, it's a little-
hand pressing against one side of her chest. Ellis said, quote,
No, I don't even want to see the news story. No, I want to see
the actual.
it happening.
And he also insulted her name in.
No. That's a whole other thing. And that's all. That was makes it worse.
I've got to apologize because I have to brush up. My 28-year-old daughter tells me, "Dad, you are old at 60." When I saw Ariana Grande on the program, I thought that was a new something at Taco Bell.
Bad joke, awful joke. But watch,
Girl, let me
watch
give
this,
you all
watch
your respect. Did y'all enjoy this icon? She's an icon herself. Come on, make her feel loved in Greater Great Step of the city of David.
Where's the video where they close up on it?
I mean, it's not hard to tell.
They got one where you can see his fingers pressing.
At 60. When I saw Ariana Grande on the program, I thought that was a new something at Taco Bell. Girl, let me give you all your respect. Did y'all enjoy this icon? She's an icon herself. Come on, make her feel love. Big great degree.
All right. So in that clip.
No, I'm just
in that clip. That's the thing that's going crazy. Everybody going crazy about and I'm with you like with this. When I first saw the story, all I saw the pictures, all I saw was the outrage, all I saw was the close up little video of the little gropey touchy all I saw was the fights. I'm looking at shit. I'm watching all the women like so disgusted, and they going in. They have every right to say everything they say about how they have to deal with this. I'm seeing all this shit. And I'm even telling you I'm ready to get this nigga the neck for the night and this and that. And then some say go watch the real video. And then when I watched the real video, I was watching it like I don't see the same. I don't feel the same outrage that I felt when I read the dissertations, saw the pictures, saw the extreme close-up video, and everything else. Now, I'm watching this again with y'all, and I'm not trying to be fucked up. What you saying? What you seeing when you see this video?
Dude,
now,
it's very confusing. I have to say it's kind of confusing for me. Because for the last, 48 hours, dude, all I've been seeing is, like you say, it's just been the outrage and the close-up and the slow motion. But in real time, it kind of looks like it could be something, but then it kind of looks like maybe nothing at fucking all. And it's like, I don't want to sit on the fence about this shit. So, since I don't know, since I can't tell, for sure, I'm going to err on the side of passivity, dog. I don't think maybe his intentions were trying to fucking, do anything sexual to her. Now,
Watching this in real time, and I watched it in real time a few times, looking at shit, things pass my eyes. And I'm taking in everything around it, the whole background of, people around it, this and the third. I'm not, truly focusing. When I'm really focusing, I can't really see the angle, from the camera. Some of the angles I saw, that's when I can't see the angle of what he did when he did the close-up. I also do know this. His hands was a little bit above where it should have been.
Yeah.
I know that, all right, I couldn't catch it then, but there's a lot of things when you bring it back and catch certain things, it looks... I guess you can play with things like that too in slow motion, but also it catches things that you, on a close-up that I just couldn't see off of a bigger picture. Also, I also think that, how can I say this? There was a little distance that Ariana Grande had from herself. I don't know whether it's because she was getting touched on or it's because she just didn't want to be touched on like a hugged around the waist period kind of person.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I can't tell what that was. I can't be like, oh, this man disturbed and creepy from that, because she has to say that.
I'm going off the video because once again, I'm not about to ride the fence. I'm looking at the video, my nigga, and I'm thinking about outrage and shit, and usually I'm the nigga that's straight up, I'm riding this shit. The thing, and we touched on this on the Misbeliever radio show, the thing that needs to have the conversation is this, dog. We shouldn't assume that we can touch anybody.
Number one.
That's the point. Now, that newer conversation that's been coming about, because that's not a conversation that's within the context of the church much at all. That newer conversation needs to be brought to the culture of the church, because I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying is in the culture of the church, it's not odd to see a pastor come and put his arm around somebody
from their congregation
after they just performed.
At the context, though.
You know what I'm saying? When I look at because when I had no context, when I just saw they caught that perfect picture of her looking at him.
Yeah.
And that for men, this means no. And to me, when I see it in the freaking real time, it looked like she just was startled that he caught her off guard. Like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking. I was she just kind of looked like she just didn't expect
him to come
attention
or to touch. She might have been taken aback by being. Let's say because to me personally, honestly, I think she just was caught off guard in general, and she had no problem because then she started laughing and joking with him. Or what happened? She didn't seem offended at all in the moment.
Exactly. And hold your thought. Please don't fucking lose it. Has she said anything about it?
Nope.
But has
her team said anything?
No.
But so what I'm saying is
there's women who have that feel like she gave signals that they know.
Yeah, I'm not saying
of when they're being disturbed. So that's why I'm looking well, damn, From my eyes, they don't like you disturbed, but from a woman's eyes, they feel like she giving off signals of disturbance.
Even if I give the fact of maybe she didn't want to be touched, like maybe like you said earlier, Joe said earlier, maybe she's the type of person that doesn't want to be touched. Let's say she was caught off guard from being touched. You know what I'm saying? When I'm watching the context of it, I can't go, man, this creepy ass nigga just decided to try to get him a little feel on Ariana Grande. Like, that's not what it felt like to him. Like, and once again, I was certain, like, on one end it's a bias, but on another end it's a freaking contextual, a contextual merit of being growing up in the black church and seeing these niggas not saying this right. Because once again, the culture needs to catch up with y'all. Niggas need to stop touching people so the people won't get nothing confused or misconstrued or none of that shit. That should be the conversation. It's like we were talking about the culture last week with Manchus of, you know what I mean, maybe the culture of having these crackheads. But I'm just saying crackheads, but I want to say the different ways. These people, these unpredictable entities in the workplace will lead you to liability. And it's the same thing. In the church, you used to Reverend Deacon, whoever, because it's fucked up. Some of them niggas are pervs. Some of them niggas are pervs. But there are a lot of them niggas are pervs. But they got a lot of them niggas that aren't pervs. And when you're in the culture of the church, them niggas, a lot of times,
not all pastors,
aren't on that shit. Now, if your thing is these niggas need to stop touching in general, I'll ride with you. But I can't speak for this man's intentions.
In full context,
just watching this video, and every time watching that bitch stopped or slowed down on pictures made this shit look worse than it was, and watching that bitch in real time.
And I think that is like a lot of trickery too, bro. Like putting something in slow motion can completely change the context of how you fucking like take it in, son. Like,
but in full context, you gotta watch when she performed. Also, as the pastor, shoot words with Bill Clinton as he kind of like.
We don't know what they say.
I'm about to say that is a lot of like speculation and assuming.
All right.
Because people talk during performances all the time.
Let's say we take the talking out of it. Some can say and argue that the way he was looking at her while she was performing, along with the rest of the men that was all lined up, was in a very sexualized manner of.
That's also an assumption, dog. People be saying I be looking mean as the fuck, and I don't be angry. It's just my fucking face.
All I could go off is this context of he walked up to her, he hugged her, people hug in the church. It's not right to touch people without their permission. That's the absolute truth.
Right.
But I'm not.
But so far that we gotta ask people to hug now.
That is what, dude. I went to an event recently that was like that, where they explained that's part of the consent of the culture. And this was like an event that I can't get into details, but dog, like, son, it's a thing where you gotta ask for a hug, you gotta ask for a kiss, and you gotta ask, and it's consent, and we can't just assume, like you said, we don't know what Ariana Grande background is as a woman. Right. Maybe having any man walk up behind her and touch her or anything might send her into some frenzy, and maybe she's just trying to be nice. A lot of times women that got certain situations smile and laugh and be nice to get out. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna, any woman that felt some kind of way by watching that, I will not invalidate your claim or your argument. Yeah. All I'm saying with me just sitting here, I could be just some man shit, just watching that bitch in its entirety because I was ready to fight and run and ride for y'all like I always am. When I wanted to feel more than I do.
But don't, listeners, don't think that he's also saying that her dress is the reason why.
We didn't even get to the dress.
Right, what?
Wait. That's not what I want to say. That's not what I want to say. It's not what I want to say. It's not what I want to say. Because I was on Facebook, it was something that Torrance said on it that I was just thinking
something about the dress.
No, that's the next topic about the conversation because some people started saying, some people started being like, we even get. I don't know how you could even take that out of my words, but part of the conversation of this topic was some older folk was trying to say that her dress was inappropriate for the event.
Whatever.
Which is that's another conversation, right? We're not even on that conversation yet. But they're saying because of her short dress, that would make a man want to touch her. None of that is even valid, dog.
No, that's not even a topic of conversation. Like, that is complete. No. Sorry. Like, I don't even give that energy. That concept, like, that shit goes in one ear, out the other.
Some of the people are saying that, but that was a horrible segue because I didn't say nothing about that.
They all go one ear, out the
I
other.
Just feel like
that shit shouldn't even
once
be
you defended a little bit, niggas just started thinking so what you trying to say then?
I didn't say anything about what she looked like.
I know that's why I was trying to take it back. I was trying to remember what it said. It came out a little wrong.
No, what you said came out wrong.
Yeah.
I'm about to say
because nobody talked about her clothing at all.
No. It was like the full things were happening in my brain, and a word popped out that it came with much more sentences in it that I didn't piece together yet.
Yeah, son. Don't speak for me then. You might say, well, don't think he's not. Don't speak.
But at the same time,
because that fucked me up. I was like,
no, I had some. No, it was some legit. It was some legit. But I couldn't get it out, dog. It was some legit. It was something worth saying. I just couldn't get it out. Right.
Yeah, son. But well, he just fucked me up. But like, yeah, dude, with all kind of conversations come out about this, and like once again, here go the message old boy sent. And the dress conversation comes with this messenger. So I'm gonna throw out there because we started talking about the dress at one point. We didn't try to mix. We didn't try to mix the topics or whatever, but like we separately talked about how the dress that she had on is a skirt. It was a little mini, like it was a dress that came above her thigh or whatnot. A lot of old heads were saying at a funeral you shouldn't wear nothing like that. You feel me? And that has the wormhole conversation of policing what women should wear and blaming them for men getting sexual and that's the thing. That's a whole other conversation. And I agree, women, y'all should be able to wear what you want to wear, where you want to wear it, etc., etc. In a perfect world, and da. But currently, if we're talking about in the context of this is an old black woman at an old black funeral with the old black culture, you gotta wait for a lot of them old black motherfuckers to die off before you could come into their space wearing whatever the fuck you want to wear and think that you ain't gonna have any backlash. When Aretha Franklin was even talking about women who wore all these short and frilly shit, she has interviews talking about this stuff. And I'm not saying that they are right. I'm saying that if I take my girl to motherfucking some spot that's with Muslim culture in Iraq and they say you gotta be fully dressed, women, she gonna have to be fully dressed. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. That's in their culture. You gotta respect their culture when you go into their doors. I'm not saying that their culture is correct. You fight their culture at another place. You don't fight their culture while you're at Aretha Franklin's motherfucking funeral.
This is the time and place to make my position heard. Right here.
No, son.
And soapbox out here.
And it goes back into the fucking mix of, are you at a funeral or are you at a performance? Because your stylist most likely
for a performance
wants you to look fly for your performance,
which is totally fine. But I mean, I think it takes very little effort to when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Like, that takes very little energy.
And debate the Romans when you leave Rome. Yeah, you feel me? Because I'm not saying it's right, baby. I'm just saying what is and where we are isn't the appropriate place. And I'm not saying she was out there to make a grand statement with her dress. I'm just saying that that's part of backlash that came at her, was just that by itself, how her dress may have been inappropriate for the event in the context of that culture.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with what the pastor did, though.
No, but that's the thing. That's the third thing. It's like tiers to this shit. That's why I'm trying to keep people in, because even this response on this message eliminates the nuance that you got to look at in the tiers. There is, okay, boom, she has a dress that might have been inappropriate. That's a conversation. Then there's, boom, the pastor dude came and touched her inappropriately. Then that's a conversation. Then there's, boom, the context of the church and touching in general. And that's a conversation. Then there's, boom, women, how they're looking at anybody in general, thinking that they can touch them in general, and that's a conversation. Then there's people victim blaming her for her dress, saying she was asking for it by wearing the dress.
That fucking same tired ass fucking shit.
And all these things have their own blocks of conversation that people put all in one. And it's like, no, son, there's separations here, and you can have an opinion on each one of these separately without thinking that, because I may agree that you might have to do as the Romans do, don't mean that I agree with the Romans rules. Neither do I agree with you being touched or that you brought it on yourself. Even if I go at figure one and be like, well, the old church folk, you should have known that they might get offended. Just so they won't catch heart attacks. Just wear a longer motherfucking dress. Just for this event, just this one time. Then write your own article and make a song about it.
Walked in there with fitted cap and buku chains and bag ass jeans and shit. That would be the same fucking type of
backlash.
You should not do that.
They say they say if she's wearing a fireman's uniform, that would have been wrong.
Right. Come on.
And to the people that's arguing about this in the third, dog, we do this in our everyday culture with all white parties in the third. People like to forget that we just not even on a fireman's thing. We all know what
themed events.
Yeah, we know what to wear, dog. That's not act like this dress, because you wouldn't wear all black to a white party. You know what I'm saying? The only caveat that she really has out of all this, dog, is like what y'all said earlier, that they thought of it as more of a performance than a funeral. Other than that, dog, the style is fucked up. She's young and naive, so a little bit of her fucked up. And it's not the worst thing at all. All the nigga was just saying, it was like, you know,
it just wasn't the best.
It just wasn't. And the thing is, you got put on Front Street because you are a celebrity, and you were performing, so you was on a main stage. So it was.
And you had a black event, and not understanding the culture of the old. That's old black church. That's what I think they all need to understand. We're not agreeing or giving power to it. We're just saying the dark reality, like you said. That's old black church culture. Most of us don't agree with the majority of old black church culture.
We don't agree with church culture mostly at all.
but I know what it is.
Right.
And I know that if I'm going to Aretha Franklin, Smokey Robinson, you know.
I'm coming my Sunday's best.
Barack Obama.
Shit, he might be cooler with it. You never know. True. I said earlier, dog, Beyonce might not give a fuck what you wear. I doubt Lady Gaga will, but Aretha Franklin is on record speaking a certain way about tastefully dressing, what her definition was of that. So that's why I'm not even I wouldn't have even been the one to say Ariana Grande don't wear that. I'll be Ariana Grande. Don't be surprised by the backlash that may come with that. That's all.
Yeah. I would have told her, let's not wear that for this event. Save that for the repass.
If you're a stylist, yeah.
Right.
If you're a stylist, yeah, you should tell her. I'm saying it's me. If I was a partner, all I could be is like, Marcus, for all I know, maybe you was trying to make a statement. Now to be like I'm saying, not the proper time.
Not at a Aretha funeral.
But
not at a bitch, no.
I won't police a woman. I won't police a person.
Bitch, police. Woo. Like a cop car. Fuck that. Not at a Aretha funeral.
So here's the information. My dude said,
all right.
I'm messaging you privately because I'm really not trying to get an FB comment mess. But I felt the need to reach out about last night's show, which felt really alarming to me. One thing was a social faux pas and the other was a crime. Y'all talked about both are inappropriate, like there is an equivalency between the two. Like nobody discusses armed robbery and jaywalking, like both things make you a criminal. The man put his hand in the wrong place twice and went in for multiple squeezes. If we at Jazz Market and somebody's uncle felt up on one of your performers like that, literal fingers underneath the breast and then squeezed multiple times despite her clearly trying to pull away, it wouldn't be quote unquote inappropriate, it would be a crime. Hearing y'all equivocate for this man on the radio was so disheartening. Hearing, oh, he's tall and oh, he definitely didn't mean it was definitely inadvertent. Like, oh, and it was definitely inadvertent. Like being tall is a reason to not know how to arrange your hands on a woman, to not feel her up. And like we all didn't just see him grab her pull away, and him grab her tighter in a more appropriate way. Abusers and people who assault others frequently try to be sneaky with their actions to allow for plausible deniability. And it's clear from the multiple attempts at feeling her up that he knew exactly what he was doing. This isn't an unheard of tactic too. Even on national television a couple of years ago, a similar thing happened to Scary Spice. Fortunately, it wasn't a funeral, so she could respond in the moment, but this is a thing that men are known to do. And then he dropped the link. Now I want to just stop right here. No, I'm gonna stop right here for a second. So,
all right, I don't think.
Wait. Let me just make sure.
See, there's some fundamental
They got some flaws in here. Plus, when we talk about context, but
equivalency. No.
And we ain't make no false equivalency. But I'm gonna see what I should say, if I should continue this thing or stop here and come back. Cause I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all even have y'all ever seen the Mel B thing when she got felt up?
The what?
The Scary Spice getting felt up by the white dude.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
I'm gonna show it to you. It's totally different.
I'm sure it is, because you wouldn't even mention it if it wasn't like
the fact that he dropped that video as being the same as what we just saw.
Okay, let's see who really has some false equivalencies.
But I want to say this.
He has points in this, but
I want to see the video. Let me see your example, because you're basing your whole argument on.
I want to say this is devil's advocate for both of y'all. The fact that y'all comparing real time to people's close up can be a defense of like some kind of that kind of rape kind of culture of like feeling on somebody just because you're saying like they could have manipulated the video.
What? Well, I don't know what you just said.
I think about the Dave Chappelle skit when he was in the laundromat and he did just mundane shit, but then he did it in slow motion and it looks completely fucking different. Like, it's like, that's the way I see it. Like, it's a psychological game that can be played.
Because I want to start with asking.
To the defense of that instead of coming to the defense of Ariana Grande.
We started this conversation saying we started at the defense of Ariana Grande because all we saw were the pictures and the close-ups and the slow motions and was ready to bring up the pitchforks. There was no defense in this man until nigga watching in real time and was like, damn, this makes me feel different. I'm not about to lie like it doesn't. You feel me? Nigga didn't go, hey, she wrong. No, nigga said no. I was ready, nigga. But
from the brain,
because those pictures, and like even with the way this guy breaks it down, the multiple grabs, and he's going back from. That's not what it looks like. It looks like he's just holding her. Fundamental
disagreement with the multiple grabs,
and he's trying to grab her titty. That's not what it looks like. It until you. I feel like you're someone that's only seen the pictures in the slow motion. Because I hate that I'm the one. I'm feeling like I'm defending it, but when I watch it, it looked like a nigga just holding her. And that's it. It just looks like he's holding her and he's talking to her because we're old, and it's an old man talking. I know they got pervs, and you know what? I'll give you this, dog. At one point you said, we don't know, maybe he was using this platform as a way to get free feels. Maybe he was, dog, but maybe he wasn't. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because there's no way for me to look at this and know whether or not. All I can say is from what I can see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he was, but maybe he fucking wasn't, dog. Like, it doesn't look black or fucking white. Like, some shit does, but this one just fucking don't.
I think we need to talk to Ariana Grande, somebody from our camp.
That's why the fuck I said, did even she make a fucking statement about this shit?
Because once again, you watch it, she look around and wonder, because like the weirdest thing is when he comes up at the top, she looks like, where the fuck you come from, man?
Just random black man. Who is the pet? Not random.
And she leaned back. Her body language does show. She leaned back like, what is you doing, man? She look around. She's like, what is you doing? Then when he start talking, she get comfortable.
Old at 60.
But she's still a nice little distance.
When I saw Ariana
look at her arm
on the program, I thought that was a new.
She's touching him too.
Taco Bell.
She's touching him too.
He pulls her closer. He does pull her closer.
After she hugs him.
Like watch.
I know. I watched. I'm saying her arm
is around him also.
Where's her arm?
Her arm is right there because she goes in before he goes in. That's what we're saying.
It's parallel.
Before he even pulls her closer, she does it.
She doesn't have a third arm, dude.
He's whack racist joke. See, then her arm in, and then he grabs her. See what I'm saying? It's like.
So if we're gonna talk about body language.
Bruh, when you look
closing up on that, huh?
Bruh, they not, and
that's why it's unfucking fair, dog. Because that close up shit fucking removes context, man.
I didn't even see her arm until just now.
Right.
Every other thing focuses on his little hands and some angle that we don't even see watching it live. But dog, her arm is around. He's like, oh, you came up on me, Pastor. What's up?
See, now it looks like mutual fucking. I'm here, you're here, we're here.
And I will even give women this caveat. Sometimes when they're accosted, they just go by to get by.
Also, we can put that
I will give that in. And when she first walked up, she did look like she was surprised. And that might have been her giving. I will give all of that, son. But I will.
Like this whole, throughout the whole funeral service, he wasn't a creepy pastor to that moment. So I don't think when she walked up and he did hug her, that she was thinking.
It's a packed dog. Pastors be touching. Once again, if the conversation is niggas stop touching people, stop touching people. Let's make that the thing.
And if he's 60 and she like 24. If he is in like, let's say he was not being pervy, let's say he was really trying to be a 60-year-old man in the sense of like looking at her like a granddaughter.
Like a little girl. That's what most of them do. Like I said, not discounted. There are some rapey niggas. Yes. There's a lot of fucking pastors that watch these little people grow up and they like that. Yes. I'm going to churches. I didn't even know the pastor. The nigga put his arm around me. Now I'm like, I don't even know this nigga, but look like he hugging me right now.
Yeah, right. Right. You know what? I can honestly say the same thing. Like seriously, like a pastor will hug you or put his hand on your shoulder or something like there.
Fight the culture.
Just like that.
Fight the culture.
I don't like that shit when they do it either, but they don't mean they don't do it.
But fight the culture. And at no point did I think this nigga trying to get a free touch on me right now. He want my booty. And he might want her booty. I don't know something, but there's too many definitive things. And we got this definitive message mad at us for not definitively throwing this man under the bus when I'm like, my nigga, I'm not going to ride for something I don't believe. Anybody listen to us on any of these shows know, especially when, nigga ain't going to say no fake shit.
You know what's funny?
None of us going to say no shit we don't feel, dog.
Right. You know what's funny, dog? Now it makes me want to also go back and check the pastor's research because, like, is this part of even his character? Has he always been a stand-up guy?
That was a racist, fucked up, dumbass joke.
Yeah.
Old joke, but
that's some old black jokes that you don't do in public, but they think it's funny, but they do it in their church. Like when they say homophobic shit in their church, and you like niggas, it's 2018, you can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
We get it. We like Nacho, Bell fucking Grande, but it's not the time.
And so this messenger said that
he said he was trying to keep the spirits up, like the pastor said that.
Now the messenger said that we said both that her dress was inappropriate and that him touching her was inappropriate, and that we said that was a false equivalency, the same thing. I can say that one thing is inappropriate and another thing is inappropriate, and feel like one thing is worse than the other.
Right? What the fuck?
How did you try to make it seem like because in one conversation we said her stylist should be shot for bringing her into black culture with a short dress, old black church culture with a short dress, and that being inappropriate, which is a level 1. versus him touching her, he shouldn't be touching her, which is much higher on the totem.
So we're talking about style versus sexual assault.
Really?
Nigga, and you trying to say we're saying that's the...
No, son.
Come on,
Fashion
son.
decisions
You are
and
hearing what you
sexual
wanna
assault
hear.
are not on the same talking fields, dog.
And-
That's
And I want to say a pause. I want to say a pause for passion. We getting amped. We getting loud. We're not chaz. We're not coming at your neck if you end up listening to this homie, because I fuck with the homie that did this. He good peoples. He even come back around and basically was like, dog, I respect y'all so much. I was surprised. So I know we get amped on this podcast. If you ever listen to this, don't think that these niggas trying to shit on me right now. No, we're passionate, dog, and we don't want to be. I always say, don't read a nigga wrong.
And I don't even know who this is still. So I mean,
That's why
like,
I'm
it ain't
keeping-
nothing personal.
Right.
But I mean.
well,
Like, come on, man. We have to examine the entire picture.
He brought up, if you was at the jazz market and somebody uncle walked up and felt on one of the performers, it's not the same context. If somebody random ass uncle walked up and touched some girl and was just feeling on the side of her,
so you telling me
That's
if
the
your
same-
sister was walking down the alley and a homeless nigga came out of nowhere
Right.
and hugged her from the side,
come on, son.
you be cool with that?
Ain't this nigga the host of the fucking show?
Yeah,
Right.
he's the best. He's actually,
The host / pastor of the event that she's at came up to speak to her and give her props, and he put his arm around her. It's not the same as a random uncle walking up. Come on, son.
on.
Bruh, I'm not even trying to play you, dog. But come on,
It's
dog.
not about that.
It's not the same thing, dog. It's not the same thing, dog. No one would ever fucking defend that. And honestly, I'm not trying to defend this because we even said this on the Misbeliever.
Right.
We went back to you don't touch people. Then stop assuming you can touch people.
Right.
We said that multiple times on the show. You feel me? So
I mean, he'll learn. The pastor will definitely learn that lesson now.
Now. And we're not even saying he shouldn't apologize. If you felt the need, I never even said no. Hey, if you felt the need to apologize, I'll apologize.
And apologize.
Apologize.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
And
if Ariana Cramp haven't said nothing about it, you know what I'm saying?
Hearing y'all equivocate for this man on the radio was so disheartening, nigga. We was not equivocating for this man. We talking about culture. We talking about culture and what's inappropriate, what's appropriate in certain situations, dog.
And what discussions should be had.
Come on, son. You
versus
act like
what's
we.
being had.
It's like he was mad that we just didn't jump on and go fucking burn him.
Because the thing about it is, dog, number one, that thing about her dress before she even was talking to the pastor was already a conversation. As soon as she stepped out on the platform, that
Right,
was the
before
first
any
words.
performance.
Was like, what the fuck is she wearing at Aretha's funeral? Women especially. Because niggas, for the most part, honestly
care.
didn't care.
Don't care.
They
We
was
don't
like,
care.
damn, she fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was really a women's battle, dog.
Right, we don't care.
And now,
Old men. Old men.
like Smokey Robinson, who's fucking damn near dead, and like everybody else is old, and fucking mostly women, dog, and mostly Southern church-going women, like Kojic Baptist
Black
women.
culture in the church. The old black culture. You gotta know what you want. I'm gonna keep
Just
saying
respect
this.
the culture, man.
The
Like,
context.
That's it. Respect the culture.
I don't agree with it, baby. You should be. When I always said, bro, I agree with y'all women. A woman should be able to be butt ass naked and a nigga not touch her
Son.
or rape her or assault her. I would never ride for that, dog. But I'm also never gonna be fronting on my podcast. When y'all see me, when y'all listen to niggas get me, especially if you hear me getting amped on the topic, it's because I actually believe it. And if you listen to this for all these hundreds of episodes at this point, y'all know where nigga like me stand. So if nigga up here giving this same passion to this, don't take it with a grain of salt as if nigga all of a sudden they flip the script and turn slow tech.
Because nigga, like I said again, just like niggas don't know the pastor's character, check that nigga character. Nigga, check our character. Nigga, check these tapes. Nigga, you know what we stand for. Nigga ain't never on that side of sexual assault. But at the same time, my nigga, look at that context of this video.
He don't look like he was grabbing for a titty, nigga. You
really
feel me?
don't.
When you do that close up and slow up, because passing they do that little touching thing and they touching when they talking. It's like, and maybe I'm giving an excuse for bad behavior, which is why I'm saying that's eliminate talking. If so, no excuse. I'm talking touching. So no excuse keeping me poop. Fuck it. They tell you, and when all these old people die out that like to touch, the new realm of pastor will know up. I ain't gonna be touching these motherfuckers because then motherfuckers gonna think shit.
Right.
Shit.
But dog, I wonder like how it got so big. Like who's the one that captured this and social medialized this? Like how did it get that? Because all I remember is like who the fuck like
it's gonna get there, bro. Like
dog.
I mean, that's part of where we at in culture
Yeah.
because right now we in the cancel culture age.
But that's also part of like that also opens up the other discussion that is real, even though it's going through a wrong funnel.
Hold up, keep talking. Let me finish talking. What you saying?
Is that it does open up the thing about pastors in the church who do abuse this
They
and
do.
up there too.
They exist. They
but
real.
but this man shouldn't be the cross stake for it if he really didn't commit the crime.
We shouldn't instantly just jump to that's what he was on. Yeah, you're
Right.
absolutely right because you're all right. Because this
This
person
conversation opened up about that, but
and this person brings up a very true thing that some people will use their power and where they are and their privilege and such. Because that's why I was saying like privilege is a crazy monster, dog. And some people will, I'm just a pastor. I'm not really doing it. Grabs ass, grabs boob, tries to, you know what I mean? So no, you have merit in. It's possible that someone could try to but you can't say we don't have merit in saying that, dog. When you see something in the picture, when you see something in the close up, if you see something slowed up, it's going. And when you see the outrage, when you read the think pieces, if I see all my women saying, "Man, this is wrong," and they're linking it to times where they were assaulted, that's another thing too. You gotta take in context too. Some of these people standing up have been legitimately assaulted, and they see that get triggered, reminding them of when they were fucked with, and may have a certain bias themselves that they're not even realizing that they have. Possible, not saying that's what you are, but it's possible that maybe some of you may have jumped the gun because you see something that was all too familiar.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I can't take that from you. Ever.
Not taking it from anyone.
Ever. So before I get to the second half of what he was saying, let's get to this male beef fondering.
Now, I need you to go all the way back to the very beginning, son. And I want you to pause it really fast.
I don't have to pause. They're going to go right back to it.
Dude, right here, son. From frame 1, son.
This nigga's
it's
behind our back
already inappropriate.
Son,
he has no reason. He has
Why
no
you that
reason
low?
Son, no. And,
to be behind our back at all.
Son,
You are
right?
too...
Here's this, dog. I can even argue for that.
Explain.
I can't.
No, you guys are absolutely right. But
Devil's advocate this shit.
we caught this in this 30-second part, right? For all we know, if someone was to argue for just this one frame where his arm is behind her,
stretch his arm at the time.
No. She could have already gave her consent for him to do that before this thing starts.
That is a big assumption.
It's not necessarily if they
It is because that's saying,
saying.
hey, when the show starts, it's okay for you to put your hand behind.
Do
my
we
back.
watch this show regularly? Do we know how they
But
kick
it's human
it?
nature and how people act. That seems uncommon.
And I'm saying this. It's
Out of
possible.
human characteristics.
Why is it? If that was her friend, not some random dude. We're jumping like, what if this was her friend?
But then we are jumping because we said, what if this was our friend?
We catching 30 seconds of context is my point.
And I'm saying,
I understand what you're
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. Y'all fighting me
But-
like I'm riding for. I'm not
No.
riding for it.
I
I'm
know you're not riding.
You
for
feel
it,
me?
Martin, okay?
I'm
Calm
saying-
down. What I'm saying is, just at base level, from Jump Street, I see no excuse for your hand to be that close to her ass.
And I'm giving you an excuse of maybe.
giving them assumptions.
I'm giving an excuse of a minute before this, if they were all talking and for all we know, he could have been had his arm around her fucking waist.
You
know what I mean? Like,
it would have been wrong then. It was wrong then.
No. I'm saying if they were friends, if this was a couple, if this was a young black couple, and you just saw this man had his arm around her waist and they was having a conversation with Simon Cowell, we wouldn't have the same reaction.
But they're not a couple.
But there's still a man and a woman, and what I'm saying is that's where someone could have the caveat of if all we know, she could like old white niggas. That could be her grandpa, could be her uncle. I don't fucking know is my point. If there was no fucking context established, one could jump to what you're saying. But if someone wanted to defend this man in the court of fucking law and bring up, man, for all we know, man, she could have been allowed him to put his arm around her waist, and we catching it at that frozen frame. That's all I'm saying.
They could say that
because this video about to smash all this shit, and that's what I'm about to like. That's why I'm getting so frustrated because I'm like, wait, I know this video goes about to kill it all.
Listen. With no context, assumption lives on both sides of the field.
Yeah.
And I just know that I already disapprove of everything just from this first dog. From first angle, dude, you are fucking wrong, son.
And my entire preface before this became a debate was this by itself can be argued. And I just argued it by saying what I said. You can't disprove me because all we can say is on both ends there's assumptions to be made.
And I don't agree with the fact that
it's proven on both sides. It's really just like this.
I'm not trying to disprove anything on your side. That was my preface of there's another side that they can defend. But guess what? When I press play, it's Devin, since you ain't seen the video, when I press play, that's when I'm about to say that this is a fruitless conversation we're having. Watch this. Pressing play. Watch it. And watch your reaction.
That make me so angry.
Watch it. I've seen this video many times. Then he has
oh my God.
Look at all this. For the people listening, then he went from, because the top frame that we saw was his arm behind her and his wrist kind of sitting atop her ass. No, the next frame is he has a full blown hand clasped on the ass
No,
in front of every. Now,
I don't wanna watch the
this
rest.
can't be disputed. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
There's no. Son,
Then he taps it.
whoever the fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
dog.
not over. No, it's not over, D. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Pressing play. But no, that's why I was so frustrated. I'm like, no, nigga, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Nigga, no, look where it goes.
I already know. I've seen this.
Grab the ass and shook it. Grab the ass and grabbed it and shook it. And live TV. This, even if it was a young black couple, this couldn't even be that much. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't even play your girl like that on live TV, grabbing her booty, and that's not even his girl.
This is the dude. What the fuck pose?
Oh no! Watch her entire reaction.
No. Nah, dude. I'm sorry. This is.
And he's saying this video
What the
is the
fuck?
same or some type of similarity to
You
the
have
Presta
to
and Ariana.
Excuse my passion, but this is not a fucking comparison, dog. Sorry. I cannot give you no credence. This is not the same.
For jaywalking.
Jaywalking and SVU. I'm sorry, dog. This is not. You can't use this video. Bad example. This is all the way.
I get your point, but it's a really bad example.
Not the best example, dog.
Honestly, dog, like I give you a
That's
small
apples
caveat because
and
just like there's an assumption on your field where niggas stand on like it look like a hug. I give it to the assumption that on the other field it possibly could be some groping because it exists in the church settings and this is like this is a society that's been established. All I know is this
Inappropriate, yes. Intentional, no. I mean, I cannot know. Intentional, I don't believe so. This was overblown intentionality.
Intentional, dog.
And she reacted completely negatively to him, and he just laughed it off. This is egregious. This is assault. This is full-blown assault. You feel me? The other one, nigga, we seeing Ariana, like, it's different. And you trying to make it seem like that's not what we did. That's not what we said. That's not what I'm saying right now. Like when I first saw this video, dog, I'm tripped out that I'm like, does this man have a job still? How did this segment even continue after that? Because if I was Mel B or her man or her sister or her brother or her pa or her mama, I'd have been like, nigga, no. This segment stops right now. This nigga got to get the fuck up off this couch and out of this goddamn space. He got to go. He got to go.
Instantly. Like, I don't know why that wasn't a fucking thing.
I was so surprised she didn't put hands on this man.
The record do got to take a commercial.
Even the other black woman was a little too cool. I don't think she saw it though. I don't think she saw it.
Maybe she didn't fucking see it.
I don't think she saw it. Because Mel B went like, wait, what the fuck going on
Watch
here?
the white lady that was sitting next to
the
Simon.
reaction was
she looks away like, I can't believe this old white.
So the white lady saw it though.
White lady saw
See
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? The black lady, I'm saying if all the women should have banded together, black, white, Hispanic, whatever the fuck who's there.
They'd be like, sir,
this nigga gotta go. No
right
laughing
now.
that shit off, nigga. Cause you went from
almost sue this nigga.
Son,
it should have been a whole thing.
Son, you grabbed her, you slapped her ass, you patted her ass, then you grabbed it.
She gave you many chances to put your hand out the way while being nice, because you can see on her face that she was uncomfortable.
She didn't even notice it fully at first. You can see in her face when it really hits like
she let it build up. It's like because it looks like in her mind.
Like,
is this
are you
really doing
serious? Right?
Yeah.
Like you can't be serious. Like I gotta be tripping.
Which
but
means
no,
you doing this. You really think
which means credence to she might have been not fully comfortable, but lightweight. I'll let him pass with put his arm behind me. You heard me? I might lightweight because she knew she had to feel at least that much. But then when the hand opens, it's because it's all bad. It's all wrong.
The thing is, well, I was saying the thing is when you have your arm behind someone, like that moment is questionable because you don't know what the person's gonna do with it. Like why it's there for a second, so you do get a little second to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Maybe she was, maybe maybe.
My thing is this, dog. When you put your arm around somebody, dog, like there are fucking tiers to it, dog. You got shoulder, that's church. You know what I'm saying? Pals, buddies. You got the middle of your back. I kind of got a thing for you, maybe. I think you cute or something. You got the small of their fucking back, your minds. You know what I'm saying? Then you got below the fucking waist. We're in fucking bed right now, dog. Your fucking hand was below the waist from Jump Street, dog. Like you just went from walking up to the cage to Dog. No fucking way, dog.
No
like,
respect
all
for
the
this
way
woman.
home.
No
like,
respect
no
for
way.
this woman whatsoever. And like I said, when I first saw this messenger send that video, because I know that video very well.
It's funny how niggas send you shit like that thinking you don't know or seen these things.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know that video.
I could barely
very
even make
well.
it through the whole video. Like,
His name
I
is
don't like seeing
the
that
white
type of
man's
shit.
name is Louis Walsh. And no, it is a very disturbing video. Yeah,
Like,
it's very disturbing.
At the funeral, like, I can make it through, but still kind of side-eye it, kind of. But this one, from the fucking ass grab, I didn't want to go further, son. Like, no. This
Before
ain't-
the ass grab.
Like, this isn't even...
He opened that hand up and started patting it.
You open-handed... No way, dog.
Anybody want to look it up is Louis... look up Louis Walsh, Mel B.
What did he ever have to say to it? You ever got his
I don't even
response up?
give a fuck. That would be interesting. Let's see if that
I just
exists.
want to see what he said.
Oh my god.
Well, listen, I didn't think I was grabbing her ass. I thought I was grabbing a handful of chocolate. Like, I just what I just wonder what you got to say.
Oh my god. That is so fucking awful. Let me see. Mel B retracts.
Look at my fucking
React.
boss.
Let me time.
Look at this nigga.
He's done. Wait, times Louis Walsh has harassed Mel B.
That's
Wait,
money.
he's done this more than once.
And you got a reputation. See?
Record dog. We putting this nigga on the same pedestal as a nigga who Aretha picked, Fleece family picked as a funeral pastor
But see,
and church ongoing.
they are all hosts on this show together. See, that's what I was saying earlier. They have a certain rapport that probably made him feel like he could put his arm around her. All the other shit, nah.
Dog, putting your arm around a person is one thing. Putting it around their ass is
Put your
another.
hand, no. Absolutely, absolute agreement. Absolute agreement. Come on, they don't have. There's nothing on him speaking on this.
Cause you're wrong. You probably ain't saying nothing because you know you fucked up.
I'm really trying to find because I really want to hear her speaking on it too.
She probably said enough with that fucking voice thing. Like, you saw how I felt. Get the fuck off me.
Right.
Let me see, what is this? I wouldn't even. I'd be like, get this nigga off here. I'd be like, get this nigga off this show.
Mel B for an addition to the team?
I love Mel.
You like me?
She's quite crazy.
Is she?
And her dressing room was next to mine. I'll be waiting for her to arrive because she'd arrive in looking really rough, looking like this person. And then, like she really would. And then the whole transformation, and she looked like a diva at the end of the.
So how did she manage to go
She'd
from...
arrive in a onesie, and her team were with her.
Hell yeah.
The onesie, and she'd be dragging.
Oh my god, this conversation becomes even crazier. He's gay.
So him being gay,
Still is wrong.
because now it's like because you know what, funny son, sexual assault matters if you get it now. So you
Right.
touch anybody in a place
It's
that
still
you wanna
wrong,
be
but
touched,
it adds a
sexual
different
assault.
context. So I was saying earlier
Yeah, you
about
won't fuck her. Don't mean you still ain't assaulted her.
Louis Walsh on false allegations. That was the worst thing that ever happened.
You might want to fuck her.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. Fuck him. You don't touch people, son.
Right,
Like,
you still
yeah,
don't
nah,
touch
dog,
people.
is that
It
'cause
doesn't
you-
matter your sexual orientation.
That's all shit fucked up. Don't just assume you can touch people, especially groping, especially ass grabbing, especially. And I can't front dog. Just as a black man seeing this white man think he can just take assumptions with a black woman, dog. That fucks with me on a different level too. It's just all kind of shit that going and seeing that shit, dog. And
Wow, so we really sat on this for a while.
so here go the other part of this conversation. Whether or not it was your intention as a critically thinking, informed person who has come to love you and your work and your show over the years, the overall message I got from the Misbelief last night was that people are not making a big enough deal about how she was dressed, and people are making too big a deal about the bishop groping a woman on accident. That the person who fucked up the most was her stylist and not the man that felt her up multiple times on national television. That is not.
Well, that's not what we're
That's
talking
not
about, though,
what it
because
was.
I've come to the conclusion, really, dog, that nigga wasn't really trying to feel her up like that, dog.
But even on top of this, my nigga, as a show like The Misbelief in context of the comedy, dog, there was no jokes to be had about her dress.
Absolutely not, yeah.
You heard
That's a
me?
whole
That's
nother thing.
one context you got to point to, son. My dude, you want niggas to get, excuse me, you want niggas to get into the overall politics and the breakdowns and stuff, you need to listen to the FLYWITHBATS podcast, sideB. Misbelief radio show is we delve into shit, but for the most
Not
part,
deep like that, nigga.
DC like to keep it light.
No, dude, like nigga like to keep it light. Nigga got so much other topics and they ain't got the time like we got.
We don't got the time. There's
They
a
got
lot of
breaks
shit that
in
go
music.
in.
We got time today.
And I thought that we were clear on that episode. So please go listen to the last episode of the Misbelief Radio Show. I forget the.
If we weren't clear on that,
I gotta figure out what
listen to
number it
this,
was.
compare it, see how
But like,
close
yeah,
we are.
because I feel like we were. Maybe we weren't because
Apparently you weren't. This nigga sent this long ass dissertation.
I mean, I said that to DC. I said maybe this guy. I mean, maybe someone else felt that way because Jay Steele said she felt the way too, but she felt like she would be drowned out. And I was like, Jay, ma, that's when you're supposed to ride that, run that shit. She said she knew after the fact, yeah, because she wish she would have said more.
You run niggas that
but I'm saying, mom, I'm like in general, dog. When you the female voice, and you gotta freaking stand up for women at all times. And I'll give you this: you had no shoes. Usually do stand up for women. We that many.
I guess what I was showing there. With a bunch of men.
What's funny is she has before a window shoe wasn't there. I think it just was she was debating this topic all day on Facebook already, and I think she assumed that we were gonna jump on it when we really weren't. And that's why I had to tell her like we weren't gonna jump on you, especially not me, because I feel many ways about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy the woman, especially if you're the only woman you're gonna stand out. I enjoy the woman voice.
Speak your truth, man.
Say that shit. Talk your shit, man. Once again, that's one of the main reasons why I like listening to 4 Misses in the Mic and the On the Lake podcast and Therapy Noir, because all three of those joints are women talking their shit unadulterated, unfiltered, and I enjoy it, man. Yes. He also said, I feel like y'all had an opportunity as intelligent, perceptive, talented black people with a platform to clearly establish the hierarchy of concern about this, i.e. the institutionalized misogyny that allows men of power to feel enabled to physically handle women in this way, despite their clear discomfort. It's clearly a bigger story here than a white pop star not knowing how to dress for a black funeral, and you missed it. We're talking about both, son.
The thing is,
because both of them were huge topics of discussion that popped up about the whole funeral, because the conversation was the funeral. What you saying, son?
One was a joke and an observation on style, dog. The deeper issue did get talked about and got delved into as much as it could for a radio show. If you really want a full understanding, subscribe to this episode, bro. And that's all else I got to say to you. Because nigga done said it enough. And subscribe and listen to more episodes so you can see where the nigga come from. You know what I'm saying? Apparently you are a fan, so you know what's really going on. So for the fact that you may think we missed this ball this time, and we may have come off different. You may have misunderstood us, and now we're gonna clear the edges on FLYWITHBATS. Come check it out.
I say welcome the element of nuance. You know what I'm saying, into all of this. You know what I'm saying, because you ain't got no proof that this man meant to be pervy. Just like we ain't got no proof that he wasn't meant to. He wasn't trying to be. And there is a larger conversation about institutionalized misogyny that can and should be held,
especially in the church.
In the church, and that is the truth. But you can't bring us to task because we didn't ride against this man because we had a different experience than you did with the stimuli. You gotta come with all
your facts when you're ready to nail someone to the cross.
Right, son. And I'm sorry, like I was right. I was like I keep saying, I was bringing up a pitchfork when I didn't see the video. I saw the video. You can't make me pick up a pitchfork that I don't believe in.
Because in today's society, it's almost like it's a trend to just attack any nigga for damn near anything. You know what I'm saying? Like just on a small basis of a little bit of proof, that nigga's automatically a bunch of list of niggas that have done way worse shit now. He's in the same boat.
And they are the priests, they are the pastors, they are the politicians, they are the teachers. There's all kind of, like you said, that in there, because I'm gonna give this little side caveat. Y'all do know that women in the church also are touchy. I want y'all to know church culture is touchy. You feel me? So
that make you feel uncomfortable too. Oh, look, boy, you're growing up so strong. You're nice, touching your shoulders and shit.
So we want to talk about if you want to talk about people touching in the church in general, you gotta attack that culture. They touch. Don't act like they're not touchy. When you grow up in the church, you know that. But a side conversation about in general men in power taking advantage of their privilege on women or in lesser situations. That is absolutely correct. That is an absolute problem. And we should always fight against that. And I'm not gonna hate on your passion. If you perceive this to being that, I'm not gonna hate on you for fighting your cause and believing what you believe in. But don't try and take me and my people for task saying that we did something we didn't do. That's why I'm glad it was a private message. And that's why I ain't say your name out. It ain't make no sense to say your name. I just want you to get this straight up. And I wanted to just have this conversation just in case anybody else took anything we said wrong. This is how we feel on it. Like, we beat this horse all the way the fuck up, but I wanted to be absolutely clear. Ain't no way we were ever gonna say that we said her wearing a short dress was the same as her being sexually assaulted. Nah.
No.
I like that.
No. And they would never be on the same levels ever.
Nah.
And we'll never say they'll ever be on the same levels ever. If you ever misunderstood it then, clearly right now.
Take it in now, nigga. Nah, that's not what we on.
We are not on that shit.
That's not what we believe in. That's not what we... Sorry.
No long shot.
Nah, you feel me? Because I would take a motherfucker to task if I feel like a motherfucker need to be taking the guy.
You almost took that nigga to task.
Son, I was ready. I was so fucking ready.
You about to hang this man. Hang him.
Son.
Well, what facts do you have? We have a close-up. All right,
So,
you know what I'm
like,
saying? That doesn't hold all the way in court, but all right.
Hey, that's basically what we're gonna cover for the ETOUFEE today, man. I'm gonna add this other thing to people's coming for Idris Elba on, because I think this can kind of tie into conversation.
How you gonna play
I passively saw that.
I saw that shit and I was just like,
what's going on.
Wait, pause right quick, because dumbass pop up.
I saw that shit and I was like, son, that man was honest, dog. Y'all gonna start stoning niggas for how they honestly be, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like he said anything truly disrespectful. Y'all just want that man to kiss y'all.
What did he say?
That nigga said he'd rather give a gay role to a gay man.
He would rather give a gay role to a gay man.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Aren't gay people like not super
represented
right now?
Exactly, right?
I won't say that necessarily.
They ain't super. I ain't say super, but they could be like, they could have a lot more opportunities to play more roles.
Okay, so what?
We're gonna get into the.
It don't have to go to a straight nigga.
We're gonna go in conversation. Okay, so Dwayne Johnson's movie Jungle Cruise cast straight actor Jack Whitehall to play Disney's first openly gay character, and is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Many believe that there are tons of LGBT actors who could do a great job in filling the role. Idris Elba, who is straight, was recently asked about the controversy, and he apparently didn't seem to think it was that big of a deal. Artistic license is artistic license. If an actor has the attributes to do something, they should be able to do it, Elba said at the time Out Loud London. They're acting. You don't necessarily have to be gay to play a gay character, he continued. Though you do have to be black to play a black character. While his latter statement is certainly agreeable, the one before it is controversial to say the least. And that is what spawned the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, like this, dog. You're right. Gay people should have more opportunities to play gay roles. I guess gay is really a love for another person just of the same sex. But it does come with its own struggles, like being black. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
I feel like Idris Elba can play whatever fucking role he wants to fucking play.
It wasn't about him playing the role.
It was about roles in general.
They were talking in general.
It was about roles in general?
Yeah, they were talking in general.
I think as an actor, son, bruh, you can. It's the same thing, dog. You can play whatever role you want, or not play whatever role you don't want to fucking play, son. Like I don't think it matters. Yeah, like take your backlash where it may come, but I mean,
and they were comparing it to like it became a conversation of, you know, like, if you can defend it for black people having to play black characters, why you can't feel like gay people should play gay characters. And then it became a conversation of it's two different struggles but a similar struggle. And at the end of the day, dog, like I feel like the name New Eye's gonna be like the biggest, most said word coming out of my mouth on this podcast when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Because it's there, dog. Because I do understand fully, and we've supported this many times on this podcast, the need for people to tell their own stories. My issue comes when there's this openly gay character, right? And y'all niggas didn't even see no gay actors. You only thought of straight stars because you was just caring about stars. And because this industry's already fucked up, because really gay stuff is starting to get more normalized, but they're not dominant. But it's not dominant.
One caveat: don't they always go for stars first?
Sometimes you can't say always, because sometimes
for the majority of the time,
depends
big
on the role.
names sell movies.
Big names sell movies, but depends on the role. You feel me? Because sometimes it's so many. Depends.
Sometimes I think it exists. But
you always want at least one star. So if you guys The Rock, you can cast a gay nigga of prominence instead of a straight nigga.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where my fight comes. It's like, okay, if that straight nigga beat that gay nigga in chops, then hey, that's what happened. But if y'all didn't even give, and this is a gay character, and this is a gay actor, if y'all didn't even give no gay actors,
if y'all didn't give it the first thought,
cause that's what we're saying about Nina. Like ain't no way Zoe was y'all first thought for Nina fucking Simone.
But also, what does gay have to do with acting?
It depends on the road. Like we said on Thurgood Marshall. Even with Nina, a dark-skinned black woman has a different trajectory and a different understanding, a different view of the world than a light-skinned Hispanic woman with long, straight hair. And when you talk about the character of Nina Simone, that was part of her issue.
I'm saying you can do the search, but I think it's a harder search to find a good actor to play the role of this specific character that's also gay.
No, I can't say that.
it'll be a nice little journey. It won't
to
be
find some. How many? They got a lot of people that's fronting in the game that claim that they're straight, but they really gay. So they
we just can't get. No, we talking about you can't just assume niggas not like that. That say they claim to be straight.
No, you said that it would be hard to find a gay actor for the role. That's what you said.
That fit that personal role.
What personal role?
Like compared to many what role is this? They said
you
whatever Disney role, Disney role. Because we was talking about Thurgood Marshall, and I thought that the Disney role was also like a real person's life.
No, son, no. We were. But I don't know what I was just saying that. Like when it comes to journey, you said what's the journey? What's being? You said being gay.
Yeah, it has to do with acting. So
if it's a gay character, it has to do with the character.
All right, so it has to do with the character, but the character has so much going on. Unless the whole story is about him being gay, and that's the big thing.
I can't trivialize it. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying. That because once again, Thurgood Marshall was light skinned. That was part of his journey. You feel me? You mix. You feel me? If they cast me to play you, they got shit about you being mixed that I didn't walk through. I can act it out. I can do my research. But there's certain depths of you as an actor that you can pull from that don't even exist within me. That is why I would rather them look at you first before me. Maybe I could pull it off, but I'd rather them look at you first. Is all I'm saying, because you got more understanding of the journey than I do. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say with Nina, they had dark skinned women y'all could holler at. With Thurgood, they had light skinned niggas y'all could holler at. And for this role, we don't know what happened, but they had gay niggas that if you did, I'm only saying if you didn't holler at them, you wrong.
True.
You wrong. But it's also a problem in the game where it's an industry issue. This is a whole nother problem of a lot of gay actors have to pretend that they straight because once a lot of these casting directors isn't known in Hollywood know that you're gay, then they feel like they can't cast you in straight roles, which is fucked up.
That's stupid because in real life the directors be knowing they gay too. I'm pretty sure most of the it's
the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy of Hollywood. But that's what I'm saying. It's the hypocrisy of Hollywood culture. We already know that a lot of Hollywood is gay or whatever. But
blame me.
You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, y'all niggas got that thing in your brain where you won't accept a gay nigga playing a straight role because you don't want to fuck up the homophobia as well as the mystery. It's all kind of shit that's wrong with it
money.
When you throw it all in the blender of right, wrong, etc. It's a trippy thing.
Money,
it's a trippy thing. But they tried to come at Idris, and because Idris made a statement, and I'm like, bruh, like I don't agree with Idris' statement, but I understand where he coming from. Well,
I'm a fucking actor. I want to be a gay nigga. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also playing a nigga in Baltimore. Then I'm definitely not from in that culture of American hood life at all. But so can I not play that role? You had to get a nigga from Baltimore that's really been through this shit to play?
And he's right. That's why I want to say this. I don't want to say I don't agree with Idris' statement. He's right on the level of an actor acts, truth. But the other side of this conversation isn't being brought about, which is what he actually is saying about black to play a black character. He don't even realize he's saying it, which is respect the person's journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the overarching thing. I think, you just really have to respect that some people can tell their own stories better than motherfuckers that haven't lived this shit.
I feel like everyone can tell their own stories.
Right, like it's just way more effective. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just better. Like tell your fucking journey.
Because the conversations that they tried to use, I'm glad that Pose exists. I'm glad that other show exists. I can't find the name of this other show. But I'm glad that these shows are existing with these trans actors. I'm glad that they're more...
Pose!
No, I said Pose, the other one. There's another one.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of
popular.
it. But I'm just saying, I'm glad that, because there was for the longest this talk about there aren't any trans actors out there. Bitch, no, you don't give none of them no shot. They Pose just showed you, look at all these trans actors. At one point...
A whole fucking cast and all the extras and then some.
So they'll also be like, there aren't any gay actors out there. Bitch, no, nigga.
The whole cast, the extras, and then some.
Come on, son. So because I can tell, we weren't alive then, dog, but I'm more than sure that same verbiage was used against black people. Whereas like, there's probably no good, they probably say we're not smart enough, or we don't have it in us to be good at acting.
For the longest time, they telling us that our skin wasn't good for camera. You know what I'm saying?
That happened after the fact. I'm just talking about before that, because what you're talking about, that lasted for even after they let us act. Even after they let us act
to the 80s.
Even after they let us act, they still was trying to pull that shit. But I'm saying just on the level of before they even gave us a chance to act, they tried to hold our skin color against us as if we wouldn't be good enough or intelligent enough to do a certain thing.
It was a hindrance, basically.
Yeah, as if they're not hundreds of thousands of people who could do this. So it's the same measure, dog. Like I would say, bruh, don't forget the nuance. Don't attack this man. Don't attack this man like this. I'm afraid for if any of us get famous, dog. I'm gonna be like
one small accident and you're fried.
My podcast.
Human nature and human fuck ups don't matter to a celebrity.
Kanye tried to do this on his Twitter. He tried to be like, my nigga, if it don't come from my Twitter, don't believe it. I think that's what I would do. Hey, don't believe no interview if I ain't say it on the podcast, don't believe it if you seen it. Because a nigga try and take your words, vilify you, twistify you, illify you, and then you looking like, son, I ain't seen none of that shit. I'm making up all this shit. Nigga, I'm a poet, nigga. But like, yeah, son.
Poetic license.
Yeah, it's always there. So that was that ETOUFEE of the day. Respect the nuance of things, dog. That's the main thing I can say about it, son. Because if we look at the past situation, niggas was like, rah, and there's merit, but know where your merit is. Same thing with what Idris is saying and how they try to come at him. There's merit, but know where it is.
Yes.
And everything is covered with this huge ass blanket. Feel me? So let's get to that Daily Dose America.
All right.
It's kind of bad right now about that past.
You feel bad for him?
A little bit, dog. Cause like this man's whole career is tarnished for one mistake that he probably made off an accident of some kind of sort. And like, what if this man has a good character and so this and third? I'm not trying to be like not riding for the woman, but like, you know, are we painting this story ourselves? Is it like, are we making this picture up?
I mean, maybe not. Like, there's merit on all sides. My only thing on that was just show that there is merit on all sides in this situation. That was my only main frustration with it. I'm not like, fuck that nigga. That nigga probably could not probably. This man could have been the biggest perv ever, thinking like from the sideline. I can't wait to walk up on that fine piece of little la la la. I'ma touch. I'ma smell it. I can't wait.
Get on this.
Now
behold the lamb.
For all the fuck I don't know, but you don't know either. And people didn't ran this because they got so many stories that come up where I'm like, I know, like, man, nah, nigga, I can't see that side.
You have a history of it.
Yeah.
So it looks familiar and triggered you. You know what I'm saying? So your automatic bias that can kick in goes to your negative experience.
Oh no, I said that earlier, but that's what you're saying is true. But what I'm saying is,
like, you know,
I thought you were saying something else when I just say yeah. But what you saying is also true. But what I'm saying is on the level of if there's a story where there's content, like if this man had any type of history of something like that, then I would fully feel you if you was riding on that, or if there was more to. If there's more to prove right now, we all looked at the same Rorschach test and saw something fucking different. True. And I could be wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% right, dog. But you ain't gonna ride on me and no messaging or come at nigga like nigga trying to say she asked for it. Like no. Or it's the same or any of that nonsense.
Or she was like a girl who actually had to smooth and push her away from that white dude. And compare that to like the pastor. Like you can't compare that either. You can't compare a dress to assault. You can't compare this man to a nigga who actually assaulted someone for real.
And straight up, women should be able to dress how they want without being touched, sexualized, or any of that. I will always stand by it. I'm not fighting against it. Women, I'm with you. Boom, boom, bam, boom. Yep. Bing, bing, boing, boing. Whatever.
Human beings know what proper attire is for proper occasions of all sexuality.
That's another wormhole you open and saying that. I was trying to put the fucking pin on it. That's a wormhole because then they come with, well, what's proper attire? Who sets proper attire? Patriarchy, nigga. Right. Like, I don't want no. I'm just trying to end it with. I was trying to end it with. Look, women.
How you perm your hair?
I'm riding with you.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Be naked if you want. I got your back if anybody try you, son. What you saying this Daily Dose, D?
Fuck.
I'm a winner, the biggest little nigga, heaven delivered, gonna be remembered forever. A fella fighting for better than living regular, hungry, broke, worshiping cheddar. I'm a nomad nigga, excelling over you settlers. I've had enough of just enough. Rather death and dust than I'm measuring up. I'm ready to bust, the only pipe addicted to pressure. Cause I'm no nigga, I don't need no woman. Only power that I'm needing staring at me in the mirror. Cause I'm on my me, cause I'm on my me, bitch. Cause I'm on my me. Look, you can keep your credit, you can keep your help. Even if God ain't got me, then I got myself. Cause I'm on my me, cause I'm on my me, bitch. Cause I'm on my me. Look, and nigga that you know got a dream. And even worse, even more niggas got yours.
Police dog dies after being left in hot car for 6 hours. Officer who left dog not charged. Of course not fucking charged.
He should be charged for two reasons. Two things.
Him.
It was murder against a police officer, and it was animal cruelty.
It was, but the police protect their own.
And he's white, so he's whiter than the dog. His human whiteness is whiter than the
Poor
dog.
Turbo, the 22-month-old police dog died after Master Police Officer and Police Handler David Hurd of South Carolina's Columbia Police Department left the Labrador Retriever mix in a hot police car unattended for 6 hours. Whatever. Fuck the police. And their dogs.
Oh, wow. All right. So the dog...
Yeah. Wow. But that's how I feel.
I ain't mad at you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Dogs have no souls to some people. But
there's cats.
Don't they say dogs too?
Usually people say cats have no soul. That's the whole...
I always heard dogs have no soul.
Where? That's not even a stereotype. That's why
that's even in jokes. Like they on Family Guy, Chris even says it. Like to Brian, he's like, "You're a dog. You have no soul."
Damn, that's usually a cat thing. That's gonna be like devil worship things. I always use cats, but continue what you're saying.
I'm saying that I'm not mad at your dog. Like, you know, fuck the police, and he was part of the dog was part of the police.
I'm pretty sure they were corrupt.
The dog? Pretty sure the dog was corrupt?
No, the dog didn't deserve it.
Because that was about to be the most hilarious statement.
The dog was corrupt. The dog was a crooked cop.
I could have sworn that dog was crooked.
It was a conspiracy to get more treats. Fuck, nah, man. But in all actuality, though, man, I wonder how this dude forgot. Like,
he wanted to kill that dog. He tired of that dog.
And anybody else that would have killed the dog, they'll be going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the actual thing, bro. Because they do, like the cop dogs are cops.
Let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying? So if it was anybody else, like a civilian or something,
they would have fried.
They would have fried for it.
But
like, they would have got some kind of punishment.
Let me tell you this, dog. White people stick together so hard that they'll let a dog go by, and white people love dogs.
They do.
They love dogs.
But they like cops just a little bit more.
White cops a little bit more. And if it was a black cop, that nigga would have been fired.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
And his motherfucking life would have been threatened by fucking like.
Maybe not fired, but like penalized or something, like some kind of like egregious fine or you know, death duty.
Fired. He killed a nigga that caught more dope than he did. Nah, he'd have been fired.
Well,
I stand by what you were saying earlier, D, about there have been too many times in the news that if a police dog is killed, them people who kill the police dog, damn, they get life.
Yeah,
right? Then we killed the officer. You get life, son.
So we've seen people go to jail heavily for even endangering police dogs. Like you said, just
dogs in general. Fuck, Mike Vick got 5 years, but
but I'm talking about police dogs.
Police dogs
because that specifically, I've watched. We've had so many articles pass us by that we've looked at, and you're like, wow, damn, the dog, like, you know what I'm saying? So when I look at police, man, that was negligence. You killed your dog, and you don't get no punishment.
Killed your partner,
because technically you can say it's negligent homicide.
Negligent homicide, son. But if I left my dog in my car, me just as a citizen,
you get penalized for
I would get jail. I would get jail.
Hard time.
You know what I'm saying? If that dog wound up dead in my possession, somebody, you know, put that in, call that in, I would be in trouble. Yeah. So it goes like, I'm not going to agree or disagree with what you're saying, whether he was a black cop or a white cop, because they all become blue. But I understand what you're saying, just the nuance of the rage. Like, there would have been more rage on him if he was a black cop. But I'm with Devin, they blue. So he still would have been good because he a cop.
He would have been as good, but he would have been good.
He still would have been good, but not as good. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. But even when I
he's not gonna see jail time.
But even when I remove that element of racism out of it, I can't help but look at, wait a minute, dog.
Cops protect their own dog.
This nigga ain't getting in none. Because if we, son, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at
a new dog. You gotta get it.
If we looking at the spectrum, and if the worst I've seen is a nigga that got life for killing a cop dog, that if you gotta show me some comparable, you gotta show me some kind of. That's not even him getting fired. Ain't even comparable to another nigga getting life.
Like that you're on the direct opposite side of the spectrum. Like life in prison.
Slap on the wrist news story.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, once again, the system demonstrating on its own that we do not give a fuck about you niggas at all. Like, we control everything. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want, son. It's just another glaring fucking example, dude.
That shit won't fly in California.
I just don't fuck with it, dog. Like that's my whole deal with everything. Is that like it's just the blatant unfairness.
Yeah,
it's
right in your face. Yeah,
right in your face.
Right in your face.
Damn, like
they can't hide it anymore, dog.
Straight up,
that's the information era, dog.
Straight up, son.
We got internet, dog.
Yeah, I forgot the dog was in there.
Oh, not gonna change the process,
life,
dog.
nigga.
Now we can just see the process. Way more fucking focused.
We didn't get a chance to talk about
the first dog that died in heat, nigga. For that was a cop dog, nigga. Just be going. Look at social media caught this. Probably buku fucking cop dogs and died from negligence.
I'm 100% positive about that.
I always say one news story is just one of like hundreds to thousands.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? The
Point
one that we
blank.
hear about is just an example.
It's just one of in the ocean of the rest of them.
It's the
dog.
nigga that got famous out the hood that could play. They got buku niggas who could play in the hood.
Like your boy said on The Wire. Nigga, you only got a body. Yeah, the body you know.
Right, son. But we ain't covered this little piece of that little funeral shit with Aretha. But you heard about the old pastor talking about that old sermon of black lives, black on black crime.
Child, wasn't here for it.
Child.
Wasn't here for it.
We ain't black lives ain't gonna matter until we start caring of black lives.
Somebody sit down, this old man.
Sit your old ass down.
You foolish fascist. You Lazarus tongue, Lucifer of legions.
I just hate when people come from that angle as if you try to say, so we are not supposed to expect justice until we end crime.
Right.
Hey, we don't do right.
And
I
only,
expect us to do right.
And only
black people.
Only us.
Only
dog.
black people.
We
too.
have to completely solve crime in our community.
In the black community.
And then we can talk about racism.
And then we can talk about black people shouldn't be killed by white people or cops.
Okay, got it.
Really?
The most
Cops stop shooting
unrealistic
y'all.
standard.
Y'all
dog.
stop shooting y'all.
Like,
That
really,
is
y'all?
Black privilege, bro. We are held to the ultimate standard that can never be fucking reached.
Oh my God, dog. It's trippy, dog. On the opposite end of that, dog, apparently the Simpsons creator just admitted that Michael Jackson
did some voices.
Did the voice.
I always knew it, even when
Who
they didn't
did
give
he
him the
do?
credit. He did the voice of the character when he did the show.
Oh, okay.
Like when remember there was a prison guy?
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Alright, this
but
episode.
caveat, he didn't sing the song.
He didn't.
He did sing the song, but he did do the voice because apparently the story is he called up the creator and he told because I'll let you break down that part, but here go the background of Michael Jackson apparently called up the creator Matt Groening and Matt thought it was a joke.
Hung up on that man.
Yeah, he did though. He hung up on that man.
Understandable.
And then Michael Jackson called him back. He's like, "No, I'm serious. I'm a big fan of Bart. I love Bart." And they got to talking, and he did the voice of this character, but they couldn't get him to sing and the only reason they couldn't get him to sing was because there was a problem with the record company.
Yep.
The record company.
That's also the reason why he's not credited for the episode.
Because of the fucking record company, and what they did work out some backwards deals, so the niggas still got paid.
Yeah.
But they didn't credit. Yeah, but they didn't credit Michael Jackson.
That
That's
shit,
the thing.
but like that shit, dog. Like as far as who did what on like lots of projects, dog. Like on that level, that shit happens a lot, dog.
Well,
like there's like a lot of work that just gets done with like the top people that don't necessarily get the credit for like outright, but it's just some shit that they fucking did.
But he didn't want the credit, I don't think, in this instance.
Well, the thing is, it's not that he didn't want the credit. He wouldn't mind the credit.
He wasn't gonna fight for it.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he wasn't gonna fight for it. He really fucked with the show.
Yeah,
but he also couldn't have it. So like that's a big thing from like having the opportunity to have it to like nigga you can't have it. And
so who's the character, dog?
All right, so check this out. This was the character. All right, it's Lisa's birthday's coming up, and Homer doesn't really know what to do, and somehow Homer fucks up. I forgot how he fucks up, but he winds up like in jail, or basically kind of like a psych ward kind of place. And he hooks up with this nigga who believes he's Michael Jackson, but doesn't look like Michael Jackson. He's some big, grown ass nigga, but he talks like Michael Jackson is a third. So Homer, when he gets back out of this place, he tells everybody in Springfield that he knows Michael Jackson because he never seen Michael Jackson in person. So in his mind, this is Michael Jackson. He's like, all right, cool. So he tells everybody. So when he gets there, the whole town gathers for Michael Jackson to come. But it's not like when they get there. It's like this is not fucking Michael Jackson. I think somebody said he's not even white. Like it was like like it was so many jokes they had in it. But he winds up doing like he winds up staying there, and Bart really's not fucking with him because like nigga, you not no fucking Michael Jackson because he gets beat up at school for having a fake Michael Jackson in his house and shit. And so somehow him and Bart do something for Lisa for the birthday to make her birthday special because she gets sad about some reason I forgot. But he sings the epic song that Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. And at the end, when he walks away from Homer, he's like, Homer asks him, are you really Michael Jackson? And his voice changed completely. He's like, no, my name's Frank Lakowski. And walks away.
So is it this scene with the jail or is it something else? Because this is something else like Michael Jackson and Homer.
Is that the character? I remember that. Dude, I remember when that shit aired, son. Like, I really thought, like, Mike was doing the voice. Like, that shit did sound like
it
him,
was
son.
Mike doing the voice.
Wow.
But in the like, for the singing, like Martin said, he had a singer like that, sings just like him. But here's the key thing about it. Mike was in the studio with the singer like the whole time while he was in that bitch. And, like, the singer, like, it was, like, very nervous, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. Hell yeah. So Mike did the voice.
Yep.
I always thought that voice was so spot on. I was like, damn, that shit really just sound like Michael Jackson.
I could call him for you. Oh, great. And try to put a good face on this. Tell him this is when it... My God. I could call him for you.
Let's bring him back.
So embarrassing calling him from
I remember this, dude.
I mean, they think I'm a god. I could call him for you. Oh, great. And try to put a good face on this. Tell him this is one of those places where rich women lose weight.
Just crematorium. You kill him, we grill him.
Hello? Who is this?
I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
I'm Michael Jackson.
The Michael Jackson? No way.
It's true. I'm with your father in a mental institution.
Uh-huh. And is Elvis with you?
He could be. It's a big hospital.
Oh, come on. If you're really Michael Jackson, who are your last 4 dates for the Grammys?
Brooke Shields, Diana Ross, Manuel Lewis, and Bubbles.
Timmy Timbers, you are Michael Jackson. Can you stay on the line while you and my friends are relatives?
I'm afraid not, Bart. Your father really needs your help. You don't want him to get a lobotomy, do you?
Lobotomy.
All right, so
hell yeah, dog.
Yeah.
I like that episode too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite, dog.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Dog, it's really cool.
It's one of the Simpson classics. That one right there.
Because he was trying to teach him how to moonwalk and everything, and he couldn't fucking do it.
Teach a homie that, teach a homie that in the thing.
Dude, I fucking remember this shit, dog.
I remember
wow.
This shit. Almost like
that was Michael.
Yeah,
and
the thing is, dog, I didn't see the credits for it, but in my heart, I always believe it was Michael. Because
in my heart, like just like a little piece, right?
The voice was too spot on. Jackson? In the singing, I can go back and be like, I can kind of even listen to it and be like, that's kind of not Mike.
Even the singer sounded good to me.
He
but
did.
Like, but the actual
voice,
character voice, oh my god.
Michael talks like this. This is not even acting like this is really Mike talking through this nigga.
Mike is talking on his fucking microphone. That's cool to know that actually was him though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. And that was Daily Dose America.
Yay.
Let's get out this mug. The hero highlight.
What's popping in these streets?
Stop the madness. 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 Stop the madness.
So first up on the hero highlight, really I have two stories from Louisiana. Funny enough, we usually leave all the local Louisiana, New Orleans type stuff for the Misbelief, but these are two that hit me, and I didn't get a chance to say on the Misbelief because we were talking about so much stuff. But the first one is, man, okay, so I think we spoke about the girl who got kicked out of school for that period of time because of her braids, because they at the last minute the fucking school here talking about no hair extension for girls and shit, and you know what I mean, and they put this girl out, humiliate this girl over her freaking hair extensions, over her braids and stuff, and like that was screwed up. Well,
one of the best things that could have ever happened to that little girl.
The Procter & Gamble company flew Faith Finity to New York City Saturday for a shopping spree donated by Macy's. And she was also featured on the Black Girls Rock Show.
Sure was, with Google Stars, Google Pop.
Man, so I was like, man, big ups to Procter & Gamble, big ups to Black Girls Rock for that, big up to BET for that, because y'all...
Thank you, school, for doing that. Because of that girl off her hairstyle is now on Black Girls Rock and all that. But y'all hate, it makes us great.
Yeah.
Thank you, bitch.
I mean, that's some real shit, dog, because like y'all had to do that.
Nah, nobody had to do anything, dog. But the thing is, that little girl was going through a real trauma. That was a traumatic moment for her that she'll never fucking forget about her fucking hair. That was systemic.
And they stayed politicizing black women's hair, black girls' hair. So it was just really great that y'all came up, y'all brought that, y'all showed that girl the love that she needed.
Because black girls do rock, bitch.
And they tried to, and the school tried to drop the motherfucking the fucking rule. No, fuck you and
because
your
you got
rule.
that fucking backlash. Now you gotta, big, stick to your racist guns, ho.
I would not send my kid back to that school.
Nah, at the Black Girls Rock, my kid gotta go to school with Beyonce's children.
Nope.
Never go back.
Nope.
You definitely got to go to a different school for sure.
And I want to speak on what you just said on the slick. Remember, boy, what's the actor's name from Cosby Show that we were talking about that played Elvin?
Jeffrey Owens.
Jeffrey Owens, dog. They've been this massive swell of support behind him from a lot of black establishments, specifically because Fox News was the main one trying to shame him and stuff, and the Puku black establishment saying, man, like, nah, like how we were saying on side A, this man making a living, man, leave this man alone. This man getting in there, and like you said too, Joe, he's still been working, so man, leave this man the fuck alone. And apparently he been teaching. Man, I've been reading all kind of shit about this thing. He been teaching people. He been in plays. He been doing theater in the meantime.
Get off that man.
Get off this man nuts because as a human being,
come
on, son.
Man, still been grinding, bruh.
Y'all gonna leave hours alone. You ain't gonna come for hours. That's what I love about black people, dog. We fuck up with each other a lot, dog. But when the hour try to come and fuck with
we can cut up on each other, dog.
Yeah. But we will cut up on y'all for coming for us.
Nah, because at the same place, dog, like, you know what I'm saying, it's different, dog. In our circle, if we make it out of any kind of way, any way we joke about each other, we handle a different manner from where y'all mean it. And we know that for facts. That's why y'all can't sit with us. Because y'all know how to sit. You never did.
So also, and that's very true, also in Shreveport, mayoral candidate Steven Jackson, I want to give him a shout out because, man, he running for to be Shreveport mayor, and he's getting death threats. He got a recent one of basically telling him, man, you're going to be lynched unless you drop out because they don't want no black ass mayor. And
keep going, my dog.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying
keep going.
You saying shit like that, you about to win.
I'm saying, dog, like, I'm glad that, because the thing is, the reason why he's being targeted too is he's one of these people that stood out to get the Confederate statues in there in Shreveport and in Allensdale, Lakeside County and such taken down. So of course people are mad. People trying to, they pissed about him, like trying to change their history. So I'm glad that he's very vocal about I'm not backing down.
Say, son, if anything happened to you,
you're gonna be a hero, and then
the backlash to Shreveport
will be exposed, right?
Dog, Shreveport might get burned down, cause it's obvious that you got death threats.
Right.
So if anything happened to you, it's automatically known to be racially motivated. Shit will be burnt. Riot. That town will be burnt to crisp.
It'll be a riot, and rightfully so.
They said, man, in the decade following the Civil War, white men in this parish, Cato Parish, were killing and terrorizing African Americans in such high numbers that the parish earned the name Bloody Cato.
Damn.
It's a classically racist spot, and he's trying to be like a black mayor, and this motherfucker to that's ironic.
In the words of Soulja Slim, us niggas are ignorant, special mileage generation, squeeze triggers with no hesitation. So they can come with that Bloody Cato, man. We'll come with that Bloody K.
I mean, I don't know if that's what they're still known as, but that's just true.
They riding off that thing.
Right, it's almost like that's in their blood as to why they're trying to not have a freaking black mayor, and that's why I'm like, Mr. King, Stephen King is his name. Stephen Jackson. Mr. Jackson, Stephen Jackson. Hold your ground, black man. Fuck them, dog.
Stand your ground, man. Have your rifle ready at the window, nigga.
Like Malcolm. Right. He ain't even staying at his house right now.
You can't.
You can't, I know it. I mean,
you probably stay in a house where you got lots of land and shit.
I'm saying it's the same thing happened with Malcolm. He had to leave his people because, and it's
they literally bombed that nigga house in a suburban neighborhood.
But racism over, y'all. We had a black president.
Yeah, everything's good now.
Nigga, that was a nigga got lynched a year ago, I think. Maybe
man, it's every year, dog. It's not really stopped. Lynchings have not fully gone away, ever. It's gone down. It's not accepted.
Examine that statement.
You know what I mean? It's never stopped. You could always find a year where someone was getting lynched or hung or some racist act of assault. It's trippy. So what you about to say something?
I was about to say, dog, why we didn't I forgot, like, in the ETOUFEE, why we didn't touch on that I want to be your nigga.
What?
That should have been Daily Dose America too, I guess, huh?
That's what I thought this was going to be, actually.
I forgot about him. I went in so hard on him on the Misbeliever radio show. So as we detour, you know what? No, we gonna fuck. His name is damn, dog. You got me in a weird place now because I didn't mean to talk about this guy.
Yeah, my head to you brought up this man and the candidate, and I was like,
but I'm saying no, but in the context of, dog, I'm glad this a nigga that's on some real shit. See, this a nigga ain't trying to be nobody nigga, because in the same aim, dog, in Minnesota they talking about this cat Leon King. I mean, make sure his motherfucking name is right. Who had the absolute nerve? That's his name, Kyle Green. I said a whole other name, Leon King. I'm sorry, dog.
Which is a nice name. I was like, Leon King.
My bad, Leon King.
That's a nigga we gonna write a play about a script or something.
He might be somebody I know, dog. That might have been Freudian, dog. But if you allow us to do a slight detour, well, I'm not even detouring, dog. I'm just bringing up the difference between a hero and a coward. Steven Jackson, you're a hero. Kyle Green, nigga, he a politician who just went viral for absolutely believing that this is appropriate in a campaign ad.
I love this shit.
I haven't seen it.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Green. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative, I want to be your public servant, and I want to be your nigger.
Wow, really?
Kyle Green, District 18A State Representative. Minnesota.
Really, dude? Really, son?
Yeah. Boy, I got the Winn-Dixie check on the vote.
Let me see it again.
No, he's not playing.
Let me see it again, bitch. You trolling ass nigga. This is.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Green.
I don't even
I'm
take him
District
seriously.
18A State Representative.
So he started with "I'm your neighbor, Kyle Green." Like I couldn't take that as "I'm your nigger, Kyle Green."
I thought he said it first. I was like, damn, he's on the dump. I'm your
I'm not
nigga,
asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant.
Don't want to be a leader, wants to be a servant. There's so
Right.
much in what you're
The
saying.
primary duty of a state representative
Pause.
is to protect all.
There's a nigga behind this camera, isn't it, D?
Yep.
With a machete.
There's
a white boy.
There's a white
with
man
tiki
with a
torch.
Remember, he got a fucking Klan hood on. You did with the fucking Red Cross and shit. A fucking shotgun. With
that
five niggas with torches standing behind them. Like, you
No,
better say this shit.
Kyle,
the
boy.
rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant, and I want to be your nigger.
Oh, he has so much fear in his eyes, dog.
Son.
Maybe there is somebody behind the camera.
Eyes.
But no, son.
I
He's
saw
gonna
it was
come
a
out as a
prank.
comic.
I thought it was a comic. I thought it was a prank. But he actually is serious. He's talking about trying to normalize the situation and bring us together as like, you know, people, community. Some bullshit he said that made me feel like maybe y'all right about niggas. You got some threats.
Maybe he's a crazy person. Maybe
crazy,
that's it.
Crazy cool.
Maybe he's just like legit got a mental problem,
Maybe,
but
dog.
maybe he just got some fucking money and he's fooled some people into thinking he's serious.
I'm hoping it's some Borat troll.
Watch
shit.
this shit, dog. He does look like he's mentally unstable. Like he might be a genius in understanding politics, but mentally unstable in understanding common sense about anything. Cause to say that right there and to think it's cool, that nigga has lost his motherfucking mind.
Right.
And
Sorry,
anybody
Kyle.
who approved it has lost their fucking mind.
Right.
Unless he had to do this all by himself, because anybody on his team, besides niggas with the shotgun and the tiki torches,
Right.
would approve this.
Exactly.
So you must be a neighbor to Klansmen.
Because I'm like, dog, if you want to go viral, you went viral, son, but nobody but I go, who knows? Somebody might even vote for his ass. Who knows?
Of course, like his fucking like to not like ratio isn't that fucking far.
Yeah, I got 140 checks and 122 not checks. Okay. This is America, right? But shouts out to Steven Jackson, a real motherfucker who I hope gets in office.
Steven
and-
Jackson said, I ain't scared of no sheets. I'm
You're
a man.
I'm not your nigga, is
Right.
what Steven Jackson said to y'all
Thank
motherfuckers.
Nigga, his
Thank
name's
you.
Steven Jackson.
So what you saying, Joe? Last up.
Oh, yes. Beyonce and Jay-Z are starting doing $100,000 to almost every city they stop in when on their On the Run tour thing. So they just gave a kid
You know
in
that
Miami.
thing. That's just they thing they're doing.
All right, they're on the Run tour because it's like On the Run 2, the On the Run 2 tour.
Yeah.
Such a tongue twister. That's why I don't want to fucking say it. But yeah, they're on their tour. They're giving out $100,000 to a lucky couple of people for scholarships to college. So I'm going back to school. So I'm gonna be in the crowd looking for my scholarship. But they just gave this young girl in Miami 3 days ago up in their scholarship. They gave her $100,000, and you can see the video. She loves it. It came out of nowhere. She's all teared up. Of course, you get teared up. It's 100K.
Come on, 100K, I nigga,
Right.
what?
100K? That's six. What?
Black
Six figures?
excellence. on
100K. I'm
beat.
going to Dillon.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
But I like to call that tour Beyonce and the Jiggers. Cause I love Jay-Z, one of my favorite rappers of all time. I love Jay-Z, one of my most respected people. But everybody that talks about that concert only speaks about Beyonce. So I'm not hearing.
Even the niggas that come for Jay.
Dog, I'm not hearing anything about Jigga, dog. It's like,
Because a rapper can only do so much.
I am Beyonce knows, and these are the Jiggers.
This is Rock Nation.
This is Rock Nation.
That's that Beyonce
That's
tour, you
fucked
hear
up,
me?
dog.
That's that Beyonce tour, nigga, on the run, nigga.
Man.
Nigga,
What?
come to see Jay-Z and Beyonce. Anybody come to see you, Jay-Z?
Sean?
Sean?
Nigga, I come see you, Sean?
Fuck out of here,
Nigga,
man.
if I say Sean, nigga gonna be looking around at their cousin Sean, because they know a lot of Seans. I'm Beyonce.
Nigga, without me, this on the road tour is Jay-Z in search of Beyonce.
Oh, running away from me, nigga.
Oh my God.
Because you done fucked up. Like you always do.
But it's alright.
It's alright. It's okay. We gonna make it anyway. Now get your ass in costume and get ready for your introduction in front of me.
Bitch ass nigga.
Cause I'm the headline. I'm the main event. I'm the Beyonce in. Beyonce.
Beyonce in.
I know.
Somebody needs to make that movie now. Beyonce in. Beyonce.
What if we find out?
Oh my God, that's
What
rich.
if we find out years later that she was abusing the piss out of him on this tour?
Dog, that would be the ultimate, son.
So get your ass ready. Hurry the fuck up, nigga.
You know I like my shit on time, Sean. You back there smoking fucking weed.
Get your ass on, nigga.
That's the ultimate, son.
Ooh, that'll be beautiful.
Yep.
So yeah, dog, what's up, y'all? This was episode 59, side B.
Yeah.
FLYWITHBATS. Thank y'all for listening, man. Once again, send all your commentary to the FLYWITHBATS@gmail.com because we do want y'all to be part of the conversation. Like Nick always say, especially on this topic we just had the ETOUFEE, nigga. I could be all the way off base, and if I am, let me know, dog. I already know. I already got privilege working against me. I got my dick working against me. I got, you know what I mean. I grew up in the church working against me. They all kind of shit. I could be biased, but just know you could be biased too. That's the only conversation that we like to have, just to put up in the air as well. You hear me? Also, I was about to say something. Fuck it, I forget. I might remember later. So this is that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Go ahead and follow me, man. But you got to spell that Mr. out. Check us out on Gumbo Monster 504 on YouTube. And like, share, subscribe, comment. And please leave us some kind of review on the iTunes or on your podcast app. We want to read it out loud as well as get that bump that you get from that there. You feel me? So yeah, I'm out of here for now.
And this be your boy D Mac, man. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at FrenchBread.kid. And make sure you follow my clothing line at YourDig504, also on Instagram. And yeah, thanks for flying with us today.
Whoa, this is your boy Wild Coyote, aka 2 Hot Dogs in a Bun. Nah, I'm playing with y'all. It's your boy AlphaJoe, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the room.
That's that nigga porn name. 2 hot dogs in a bun.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
So you do the 2 dick porn?
No, it's not.
Gotcha.
He said,
nice.
He said, I don't want to be no part of that part.
No, sir.
Nice, dude. Nice touch.
Man, we out this bitch. Y'all heard what if I'm in the beginning. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh, man.
Hand on my pouch, just waking up, watching Homeboy House. Thinking about the day I had to press rewind, play. When I say being a doctor was my goal, ambition, thing I wanted to be. Until I learned the work that it took, and I would be in infinite debt. Then I imagine myself 80 years old, dead with debt over my head. Too much doubt, gotta go another route. Once I got on the music, I ain't never getting out. I envision my life and how I'ma live it out. Kids and a wife, I hope I figure it out. So until then, rule 10, gotta wrap it up, cause life moves on even if we get stuck. So I turn back on the tube, now I'm on a cool, watching set it off, wishing I would make moves. The people was a fool, but the blues, it will hit ya. So you stay inside so them bullets might miss ya. You can get your issue any single day, make beats at my home so I never fade away. Learning notes and keys, I gotta sit alone. I used to pray to God, but we don't get along. Preachers and believers trying to turn me around, but I should still be proud even if I'm not down with G.O.D. My real F-A-T-H-E-R, not in my vision of tomorrow. He's still living, never forgiving. I ought to try and get along, but twice he ran alone, so now I stand alone. But I ain't lonely. Wheat, cheese, and turkey used to be baloney. Smart kid growing up, but that in an instant. Winning every day, see my past in the distance. I don't regret a thing, cause I love my existence. Kinda militant, but that's that's just sentiments from living this life. Still got an open mind. People surprised I never been shot or did time. Step out on the porch, nothing never changed. Stuttering Jerome, old girl, what's her name? There go old Missy. Look at Miss Barbara and the lady who make the frozen cups daughter. Yeah, I got smarter. Learned from the dumb, been in my own lane. Just never had my own drum. Used to rap about clapping, ain't never had a gun. I was just imitating, but with a little patience, I'm 3 years ahead of my time and stimulating for me to imagine what would have happened if I was saving like every week. Cause living off pennies ain't sweet, it's bitter. You can be my nigga, but they don't mean that you fam. Trust is like putting a loaded 48 in the hand of a woman or a man who got ulterior plans. Now you're looking at your casket, the invisible man. Cars and the glam and entertainers demand. Isn't what I need, have me like Joe Queen, Phoenix. I'd rather never have an image, but shout out to the ladies and jits whoever did it. I ain't a known rapper, but I represent it. Up on the track, New Orleans to the ending. Looking at a picture, the past feels near, but I'm living in the now when she sold last year. Gotta go to work, do I wanna go to sleep? Been up all night with this beat on repeat. But life don't wait and money don't make itself. I need stability, but what I want is wealth.